Hello, welcome back to Roll4It Shadowrun with our runners. Unfortunately, we were slightly delayed. Sorry about that. My PC decided that it was a great time to break some compatibilities and need to restart, and it was a whole nightmare. Sorry, so we're starting a little bit late today. Dreadfully sorry about that. All my fault. Blame EE. But we'll be diving straight in. Unfortunately, we do not have a Caber today. Caber is away. So, no Steejo.
I feel at least partially responsible for putting the data bomb in my porn stash. I mean, I didn't know you were the one who was going to look there, but...
Dude, that was like 66 damage. That was painful. I need to reboot and everything.
You named the folder. There's nothing in here for EE. That's what you named it. So you knew he was going in there.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Maybe I'll accept 2/3 of the blame.
Right. So, last week... two other Shadowrunners tried to assassinate you in two different groups. They also tried to murder a good friend of Blowback's, who was found bleeding in a back room at one of his lockups. Previously to that, you'd had some problems with people tailing you, someone dropping an explosive drone on your head, and it looks like they are somehow connected in some regard to the business partner of someone you originally did a Shadowrun against. This would be the fellow called Large. And with this, we join our runners as they are currently just walking away and just sorting out the scenes they've been in. As per usual, there will be tips today that can buff the runners. The link is in chat. It will show you what they get from different tiers. There are things like extra dice to be given, refreshed edge, and indeed possibly favors if we get far. They still actually have 2 favors from last week. 2 favors. These were things I thought would come up like once a month or less. But we've had 2 of them in the last 2 weeks spent, and 2 from last week that have rolled over to this week. So should they need massive help, they already have 2 favors to roll out.
Out of curiosity, if like, for example, this is just purely hypothetical, this is probably never going to happen. Like, I mean, you know, I haven't even thought about this, but hypothetically, if we wanted to like get a new face, would 2 favors get us a good face? Like a permanent good face, new member of the team. We can even keep the old one in a cage.
Or like get like Black Star as your new face.
Black Star.
Just every one of you has a replacement. I just have in the wings. It's fine. I thought about these eventualities.
We have Black Sun to be our decker. We have Black Star to be our face. Who's?
I was thinking White Moon is the face, honestly, but all right.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll just get rid of all players entirely, just for NPCs. It's fine.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
But yeah, we'll dive right back into the
less
show.
Surprising for EE.
This is true.
Prepare awesome maps.
The maps will be. I've prepared maps that you haven't been to yet, and I'm really annoyed. But yeah, we get back to it. Pseudo is currently walking away from the scene of a Gatling gun used against a building where a sniper's hiding, having picked up the sniper's comlink. Blowback and Pug have just managed to hurry Raj to some of his boys, who have taken away for medical treatment, considering that he was pretty badly injured to some bullet wounds to the sternum. And they were just about to secure the van.
What I would suggest is Pseudo is literally just going to move away. From what I understand, this street dog was kind of in the arse end of nowhere of London, a place easy enough to get lost in. So Pseudo's just going to kind of try and continue to be lost in it and move away if he can. And generally speaking, is going to be trying to find out where Caber went to and just, you know, keep tabs on him and maybe be somewhere reasonably close. Maybe, you know, just DOS somewhere for the night or something, like even squat. It's not that Pseudo hasn't squatted before. Maybe use some of his shadow rumors or something to find something like that or whatever. Actually, I think I've got a knowledge in... let me just quickly check. I believe I have knowledge. The word... Sprawl Life, yeah. So you might be able to find somewhere that you'd be able to like just duck down in relatively close.
Okay.
And that'll be what Pseudo's doing, and then we'll focus on Pug and Blowback for now. Also, Pug is super quiet.
Yeah, I just buffed him by 6 decibels on my end.
Testing. 1, 2, 6, 7.
That sounded better?
Just to confirm for everyone, yes, Pseudo did take the comlink off the body of the person who got turned into bullet paste. Did not take the gun, did not take anything else. The comlink is currently very much offline, and on the way there, Pseudo will be, ducking in and out of AR, just looking at this, trying to make sure there's no tags or anything else that
the gun
to track it.
gun.
No, gun was all the way up there. Pseudo's all the way down there.
You're not even at fourth.
No.
You now have one dice, by the way.
Excuse.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, Pseudo, you start looking for somewhere to DOS. You can roll your knowledge skill. And you get through a message about half an hour later. It's just a load of text. It looks like some sort of medical report or discharge form. Do you have any professional medical skills? I don't think you do.
I have got biotechnology. I have... Let me see through the rest. And I've got medicine. I don't have first aid, though.
You don't have them as knowledge skills, though. You have them as active skills.
Oh, I've got them as active skills, yes. I've got,
Okay.
I've got street drugs, but that's... Oh,
Yeah.
no, I've got biology as well. As a knowledge skill.
Biology is a knowledge skill. Yeah, I'll count that. You can roll that knowledge skill.
Okay. Well, first I'll roll my sprawl life. I've got no wounds, I don't believe. No, I don't. Somehow, I don't have any wounds. And knowledge skills are always your mental limit, aren't they?
Yeah.
You gotta learn to find a nice brick wall to stand.
4
behind.
hits
That's how you
on
get
my
shot.
knowledge skill for finding somewhere quiet that I
Okay.
can just basically camp out.
Chen, Splat, if you can turn your mics up a little bit, people in chat are still asking for them to be buffed a little. So yeah, you managed to find someone to DOS down relatively not too far away, but not close that you're likely to be bumped in by the cops. There's a little underpass that is quite frequented by homeless people. There's a little shanty town down there, and you blend quite quickly. Partly because you've actually spent some time there previously.
And I've got 3 hits on my biology.
Okay, so the report you've just been sent is an internal report of a patient being transferred. The patient is the false name that the friends of yours gave to Kaba, and he's been shipped up to Manchester for treatment because that is apparently where his house is, according to the fake data that they provided. So he's going to be away for a little while being treated.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, as far as Pseudo's concerned, then, what time is this? Because the whole street dog thing happened fairly... Was it late in the day? Or
Yeah, it was early in the morning by this time. I think it was about 3 a.m. now.
Well, given all of the heat that was going on around where Pseudo was, he'll duck his head down just for a little bit in wherever he managed to find some squalor, somewhere that's easy to get lost in. And then later on, when the day's fully in swing, then he will re-emerge and go find Kaba and Blowback in that case.
Okay. So, Pug, Blowback, what are you doing?
Sorry, Pug, bro. Sorry.
I believe we have 2 bodies in a van. We gotta go somewhere.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
We have Raj. We have Raj kind of stabilized, but he could probably use some better medical attention.
Yeah, I think you said you contacted some of his boys to come and... Or am I imagining that?
I don't think that one happened.
Okay.
I think we cut off right before we made any decisions. Like I
Okay,
was gonna find a parking garage out in Lambeth somewhere so that we could
Sure.
dissect this other runner and figure out what's going on.
Okay, so what's your immediate concern? Which one are you going to do first?
Essentially, we should find the place in Lambeth, I think, because then we can just call in the location to Raj's guys. They can come get him, and we can still accomplish the thing we're trying to accomplish.
Okay, so...
I just don't want to be around the area anymore. Gunfire and all that.
Yeah, roll your London knowledge.
Did we manage to put the fire out, by the way?
Yeah, it had fire suppression, I think.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice roll.
So 7 hits, yeah. You know a disused parking garage, which has been kind of scheduled for demolition a while back. But unfortunately, because of corporate bids and the fact that technically it's actually on land owned by Neonet that they don't really want to give up, but they don't want to... It's basically in this sort of grey area of no one uses it, and it's meant to be demolished, but it hasn't been for about 15 years now. And it is hung out in occasionally by go gangs, etc., whatever, but it tends to be a pretty good place to find a floor in this many floored parking lot, and you can just hide out there for a while.
Okay. And in the meantime, while we're on our way over there, I wanted to make the call to whoever's supplying my weaponry just to make sure if they could deliver the pistol, because we're going to be there for a little bit, if they could deliver the pistol and the ammo to the place that I'm going, that'd be fantastic. And I could throw a little bonus in or something.
Yeah, you get a plain text message back saying, sure, let us know the location.
Cool.
So yeah, Blowback
I
has
have
placed
5
a couple
bullets
of
left, so
yeah, Blowback has placed a couple of orders for certain weapons and ammunition to be made very quickly off of his comlink in the last 5 minutes, and the first of which is going to be ready pretty soon.
I get nervous when I have this few bullets. One of my
Make 'em
skill
count.
sets is killing people, and I don't have the necessary tools to do that. I suck with my hands. I can't just strangle them. I'm little. Can't reach their necks.
You need like a Garrod or something.
Yeah,
You can
I
reach
need
other
a,
vital body parts
fuck that,
now.
I need a step ladder. Sit the step ladder down behind people and then get up on it and then choke them out. It's like, damn it.
Climbing axes, ice axes, you just into the back till you get high enough.
That is brutal.
Wow.
Wow. That is genuinely brutal.
Okay, so you head out down towards Lambeth. No cops
Oh
that
well,
you see on the way.
no pressure, Blowback. But apparently, a couple of people just said, "We're gonna sub if Blowback gets a kill this run." No pressure.
I'm trying to keep the killing to a minimum this run. We've been doing a lot of killing lately.
Yeah, that does cause certain heads to turn. Non-lethal,
And to
less
roll.
so. And to roll, yeah. So, yeah, you manage to get down to the parking lot. You notice a few go gangs hanging down the bottom. Have you got any knowledge about gangs?
Yeah, I have go gangs, I think.
Perfect. If you've got go gangs, yeah, roll it.
Let me see. Yeah, I do actually. Cool.
Pug has taken Raj's turban off. And he's just messing around with his hair.
Tussling it.
That's like supremely disrespectful. Oh my lord. I'm just gonna wake up and just gnaw your hand off.
Okay, so you look over them. They've got like a little lightning bolt over the levers on the right arm side. And they seem to be relatively well equipped with, pistols, machine pistols, etc. Bikes. There's even a couple of cars. It's very strange for go gangs to actually specialize in both. Generally, they're like, oh, we're a bike gang, or we're a car gang, but they seem to specialize in both. And you recognize them, and you sort of think you have heard of them before. They're the White Lightning, partly named after the drink that they prefer to consume. And they tend to be a fairly boisterous go gang, although not like violent particularly. Obviously, there's a little bit of violence there, but they're not like known for being super brutal or anything, especially considering you are in Lambeth now, and that does tend to be a bit more prevalent. They tend to be just a go gang that does stuff, postures a bit. A number of people occasionally join up to sort of just get like some sort of street cred without necessarily having to do stuff. They're a bit more passive. That said, you can't really call them passive because they're not, but they're a bit more passive than some of the other ones you may have run with in the past.
Do they start with hugs?
I mean, they won't shank you the first time. Maybe.
I mean,
That's
I'm not.
pretty passive.
Blowback's not gonna worry about him because he was in the Halloweeners who routinely set people on fire because it's fun. So
Yeah.
it's just like, it is what it is.
Yeah, so you go up, you managed to find a relatively clear floor. Roll perception.
Ooh, I think I leveled this since the last time we played. I think I leveled this.
Da 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 da.
Oh shit, I did. I actually have dice now.
Wow.
2 hits. Okay.
Still suck at rolling them though.
Yeah.
You see that one of the White Lightnings has sort of popped up to your floor and is looking like they're taking a fag break, but they're looking over at your van a little bit like wondering. They aren't making any overt moves to come over to you or like violently, but they are keeping an eye on you.
Just tell them we're out of donuts.
I like to believe that in Pug's mind, it's kind of like inside the mind of the pyro, and everything's just sugar and candy and babies and lollipops and bubbles.
That video is
Donuts.
amazing.
That is a
Well, we
really
know
good video.
he spent half the run eating marshmallow crunchies or whatever it is. So I just figured his entire brain is just marshmallows bouncing around.
You wonder how he wound up in the river.
Yeah.
Okay, so you park up. Turn off the engine.
All right, so we need to. I'm gonna phone the people that are with Raj, and so I would assume that I have pre-existing knowledge of who this is.
You maybe just know some of his gang, his group, his boys. He actually does pay protection money to another gang in London. It would be the Irish.
Yeah, we don't need that kind of trouble right now.
He does have a few like guys that help him out, particularly at the shop, who are his, not being Irish. So he doesn't any like dedicated security, but those guys are probably reasonable enough in terms of helping out.
Okay, so I need to phone one of them up so that we can get somebody on the way to come pick him up and get him stabilized, or at least to medical attention. I've got him stabilized, but he needs a little bit more.
Well, meanwhile, Pug's rifling through Deadbolt's pockets. This guy got anything on him?
You can roll perception, or you can roll sleight of hand. Would be agility plus perception, I guess. Yeah, because it's touch based. So yeah, agility perception, or you can roll intuition perception, whichever you choose. Agility perception is going to be slightly easier to find stuff because you'll be literally patting him down. But it depends if you've got like massive intuition. 5 hits. Okay, we'll come back to you in a second then as you rifle through his pockets. His face kind of collapsed, but otherwise untouched. Blowback.
Pockets.
Yeah. You call up one of his contacts called Jack. You don't really know a last name, just know the first name you've mentioned. You've seen him a few times around. He's a human, bit squat, looks like he's a bit of a weightlifter, and tends to sort of move cars around and do some of the work underneath them. Sometimes holding them up with both hands and letting someone else do the work. It looks like he's got a bit of augmentation, although he doesn't have anything particularly obvious.
His name is Jack, and he lifts cars.
Yes. So yeah, you call him up. Hey, is that Blowback?
Yeah, man, that's me. Hey, listen, you able to make out the Lambeth?
Yeah, why?
Unfortunately, we swung by Raj's shop, and somebody took a swing. He's got a couple bullet holes in him. Somebody came by the shop and tried to kill his ass. We got there just in time. We took out the guy that tried to kill him, and then we've got Raj in the back of the van right now. We need somebody to come pick him up and take him to a medical facility because we've got other business, unfortunately.
Do I need to call the security?
What does that entail? Like, who's on your security team?
Well, we've got like the Irish on payroll, so I can always call them over.
Yeah, don't call the Irish. I got troubles with the Irish right now.
Okay, where are you?
I send him the directions and the link or whatever.
Okay, I'll be over in 15 minutes.
All right, for sure, man. We'll keep an eye out for you.
All right. I think that's cool. Meanwhile, Pug, you find a comlink, a Heckler & Koch 227 submachine gun with silencer, with smart link, with gas recoil 3. You also find 2 magazines of APDS ammo for submachine guns. I can't remember what the magazine is on the H223. I think it's 30 rounds. And you also find a number of breaking and entering tools, including things like a thermite bar, auto picker rating 6, a set of lock picks. You find 2 flashbang grenades. You find a syringe with some sort of liquid inside of it. You find a rating 2 medkit. He has a climbing harness on. He also has an undamaged, actually, considering what you did to him, chameleon suit.
This guy's like a loot pinata. Man, this guy was the guy in Diablo.
Yeah, what the hell?
He's like...
What was the model on the SMG?
227. Heckler Koch 227. HK 227.
So what kind of goodies we got over here, man? I finish up my call and I put my phone away. I'm ogling all this stuff laying around all over the van now.
He also has a pistol. I'll need to grab... I think it's a Finchetti Security 600 with silencer. And that is filled with explosive ammo, and it has 1 spare clip. Actually, it has one specifically explosive ammo. It's filled with subsonic ammo because it wouldn't have explosive ammo with the silencer on. Yeah, it's filled with subsonic.
Pug's just looking at all this stuff. He knows what some of this stuff is, but the other stuff he's just passing up to blowback in the front. He's like, what the hell is this shit?
By the way, guys, a couple of people in chat have still been saying that Pug is actually very quiet still.
Okay.
Yeah, if you can just right-click on me in
okay, you're already at +6, so...
Going beyond that starts to hit, like, overload threshold of where...
I'll take you to +11.5.
It goes to 11.
That's
Yeah,
better. That sounds better there for me.
Okay, good.
Watch out the loud noises, though.
All right, so this is the stuff he actually knows. He knows there's flashbangs, 2 of those. He knows the med kit, doesn't know the rating on it. He recognizes some lockpicks. He goes, oh, you might enjoy this shit. The climbing harness? I don't know if we're going to be using that, I guess.
Yeah, most of this stuff appears to be pretty heavy-duty burglary stuff. This over here is an auto picker. These things are, I mean, they're not expensive, but they're not cheap either. This one appears to be pretty good quality.
He's got one of those pseudo suits, the chameleon thing.
Yeah, we'll want to strip all this stuff, but be careful. We want to deactivate it all. And
How would you do
if
that?
we're going to hold on to it, I think we would just have knowledge of how to like turn off various items. Especially the firearms, though. Don't mess with the firearms until... Basically, we'll shut them down, and until we reassign ownership, or at least we start fiddling with them. We don't want those things firing or being turned on at all because they might be marked in some way. Do we still
You sure
have
you don't want
access
one of
to
these
pseudo?
guns?
Yeah, you can call pseudo if you
Yeah,
want.
if you call me.
All right, I'm gonna ring up pseudo real fast.
I answer straight away. I've just
Okay.
basically been chilling out.
All right, man. So, well, how'd your night go, man?
It was pretty bloody. Did you guys get the message I sent about Caver?
No.
He's up
what
in
happened
Manchester
to
at the moment.
What's he doing in Manchester?
Long story. I met him at his dock, his street dock, Lydia, and everything seemed to go alright. He was getting checked out. Someone had spiked him with something. I was worried about something, so I had them do a thorough check. He was fine, but it looks like they didn't so much put something in as they took something out and used it to trace him. We were leaving the place, and then sniper fire. Took the guy behind us head clean off. We ducked inside. Cable got shot through a wall. I mean, there was more blood outside of him than there was inside by the end of it. But I managed to call in some favors. We got him extracted. He's up in Manchester in one of Doc Wagon's Super Platinum clinics. He's been probably treated better than I've ever been treated in my life.
You got silk linens and everything.
Yeah, he's living the high life, but it'll only be for as long as for like a day. He'll be kicked out once he's put back together. But we're not going to be hearing from him for a while. As for me, I don't know how, but I managed to get out of it without a scratch. Honestly, I don't know what dark gods are on my side tonight, but I'm glad that they were there. I picked up the comlink of the guy who was attacking us. Thankfully, the idiot took a shot at Doc Wagon. Their gunship took a shot back. Predictable results. And that's it. My night was pretty hectic. I'm just laying low right now, just trying to make sure no heat followed me. How about you guys?
Our night was no better. We went over to Raj's shop, and somebody whacked Raj. I managed to get him stabilized, and we killed the assassin. I don't know if he was an assassin. That's what I'm calling you about, anyways. Because we don't know if he was an assassin or if he was just a burglar. I assume he was in there trying to mark the van. I got a notification that somebody was tampering with the helmet, and that other things were happening with the Matrix. I don't know. It's all over my head. But Raj was there to pull with his own blood.
Passing on the cue that stuff was going down over there. I had to shut down the pan because, I mean, they were direct connecting. There was nothing I could do about it.
Yeah, he had he was actually like jacking into the helmet while we came into the garage. But anyways, he put a bunch of rounds into Raj. We've got him stabilized, and his people are coming to pick him up right now. Pug killed the assassin, or the burglar, or whatever the hell he is. He's got a couple of guns here. He's got a comlink, and he's got a bunch of burglary tools, a chameleon suit. I wanted to touch base and see which of this. Should I just turn it all off and we'll bring it back to you when we reconvene, or should we leave it, or what should we do with all this stuff?
The sounds of it, some expensive drac. I mean, the chameleon suit. I've got one. They're not cheap. And if his guns and tools, you were saying, are of the same sort of caliber, then we probably don't want to be getting rid of those. We either want to use them ourselves or find a fence who could take it off our hands, because it would still be, it's not going to be a lot once you fenced it off, but it's going to be enough to make it worth it.
Do I need to do anything special before I bring? Because I don't want the hideout getting exposed.
Shut them down completely.
Okay.
Make sure that everything wireless is offline. It should be easy enough to check.
How do I shut off a chameleon suit? Out of curiosity.
There's some sensor pads around the neck.
Okay, cool.
You should be able to find them. They're fairly obvious. You have to feel around on the inside, though. But as for the guns, they should be easy enough for you to shut down. Just make sure everything's turned off. If you have to, I don't know. I mean, stick them inside a metal box if you're absolutely not sure. But have you got that RFID eraser?
Yeah, it's here with me in the back of the van.
Make sure they're not tagged, because that's such an obvious thing to do. It should be easy enough to find them.
Good idea.
Okay. I just wanted to touch base with our tech guy since I'm not good with any of this stuff.
Make sure that comlink is offline. I can get a lot of stuff out of that, but keep it quiet until I can meet you guys up. So you're gonna get Raj patched up, and then you're heading back to the base.
Yeah, I've got to ditch this deadbolt guy. Pug killed him.
Whoa. What was the name?
Deadbolt.
Okay.
You heard of that before, Pseudo?
Well, yeah, and so should have you. It was one of the guys who was working for Kaber's friend at the nightclub.
Well, he's dead now. He tried to kill Raj. Pug got a little cuddly.
Yeah. Are you sure he's dead?
Oh, he's real dead. His face looks like a cantaloupe that's been stepped on.
Okay.
If this guy gets up, I'll be surprised.
Look, that guy's name has been cropping up in all the files that I've been looking through. Just, yeah, make sure you do a thorough search. If he's dead, fine. But make sure that anything you can find on him, you put it somewhere safe where it can't do any damage, and I'll have a look over it later.
All right, man. You know how long it's gonna be before you get back to the boat?
I'm just gonna lay low for an hour or two. Just wait until midday rush hour kicks up. People going to work and all that, coming back from work, whatever. I'm out of touch, but
all right, man.
I'll just try to make my way there when it's not going to be obvious.
Okay, we're gonna head back that way once we secure everything here, and I gotta figure out what the hell I'm doing with this guy's body.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll catch you then. Take
Cool.
care, mate.
Beep.
Beep beep.
Okay.
Beady.
So Pug's
Okay.
gonna open up one of the duffels in the back, and he's just gonna use the. Does Pug know how to use the RFID thing?
Yeah, like Pug's not stupid. Pug's actually got fairly average mental attributes, and it's just a tag array. Just very slowly make sure you carefully go over it. If you don't, it has an inbuilt tutorial that you can access.
Oh, Pug's got that tutorial open.
Oh, hello, and welcome to the Tag Eraser 2000 from Ares Corp. To use the Tag Eraser, please make sure it is fully charged and do not point over any possible damaged instruments that may be on your body. Please be aware that Ares is not responsible for any erasing that you do of your own augments. Okay, to begin, and it goes through how to, slowly keep it a certain distance away and how long a charge will last, and etc.
All right, so Pug's making sure the stuff is off first, one at a time, and he's using the RFID scanner once things are off, and he's putting them into the duffel bag. He's just sorting things, making sure everything's there.
Most things these days, you have the issue that a lot of things can't be turned off directly. They can be put onto a standby mode, but they can still be remote access to turn them on. Nearly everything these days, unless you can deliberately rip out a battery, like you can with comlinks, because sometimes you need to replace a battery in your comlink. But a lot of things like guns and stuff, they don't use much power. If you've got a smart gun system, that might be a bit different. You can't really directly turn them off unless you specifically do an armor check and maybe remove part of the internals. Because a lot of things these days, specifically Shadowrunners, if you want to nick something electronic, it's often advised to just grab it, chuck it in a Faraday bag. because they will be able to boot them back up and then be able to do whatever they want with them, particularly trace them in your case.
Pseudo did mention a metal box. For that reason.
Is Pug smart enough to know that this stuff's not going to be off?
Yeah, no, Pug would know that. Like, Pug particularly likes Ares products, and Ares do a lot of guns, and the guns tend to stay on, or at least on standby when you turn them off, because that way you can instantly pick them up and fire them, because they're already on standby to boot up. And you're not stupid. Pug isn't stupid. Pug is maybe a little bit unwise at times, but he has like intelligence of 3, so...
I have to interrupt you because Stony in chat just said something amazing. He said, 15 minutes later, the tutorial finishes reading out the license agreement.
Yeah.
So true.
Do you agree?
So true.
No, it says, this is license agreement, and it just sends it over to your eyes, and then, like, goes... and, like, 20,000 words go past in the space of, like, 2 seconds. Do you agree? And there's a tiny, tiny font that says no.
The button that says yes is like the size of your entire eye.
Yeah, and it's pulsating.
Ja. Ja.
Would I be able to use
yeah.
a hardware check to substitute for armor to shut the stuff down?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, hardware would work fine since you are just doing stuff like basically taking the computer out of battery out of a computer. It won't be necessarily as good as an armor for guns, but yes.
Would cyber technology be better? Because I have that too.
No, that would only apply to augments.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a go then.
You can use it on him to take parts of his augments apart if you want.
Let me see if I can shut some of this stuff down. Let's see how we do here.
Cyber technology shouldn't be a skill anymore. It should be biotech.
It's part of the bio. Yeah, it's part of the biotech group.
Okay. You got 2 hits. So with hardware, you managed to look at a few of the bits and pieces. You managed to just straight away comlink battery out. Chameleon suit, you're not too sure about because chameleon suits are quite advanced in the fact that they don't have like a particularly bulky place to put a battery pack or anything, so they have a lot more tech. You're not sure about chameleon suit. Auto picker, that's easy, battery out. Thermite bar, that's easy enough because it's actually just a tiny little detonator attached to effectively an explosive. You're pretty used to that. You effectively turn that off. Nearly everything apart from some of the guns. The guns you have issues with. You're not sure exactly where you should be looking for a battery in the Heckler & Koch. Or particularly the pistol. Although you are familiar with the pistol, you can have a go at it. The Heckler & Koch particularly you aren't as familiar with.
Well, I got some of the stuff shut down, but the suit and the 2 guns are a little bit more suspect. If they're tagged or if they've got remote access, it might feed somebody our location when we go back to the boat.
Well, what do you want to do with them then? Just leave them here?
Oh, it's good tech though. It's really good tech. Although I don't want to expose us over a couple thousand new yen or anything like that, so I'm not really sure, man. Pseudo was pretty implicit about locking it all down and not leaving any of it on while we travel around, and I agree, because it could feed somebody exactly where we're at any given time. Should they decide to check into it.
I can't be the only one who really dislikes how much crap has been following us lately, and the less things that we keep with us that allows them to track us would be better. I'd rather just not take the chance.
There's also the option we could stash the stuff, like hide it somewhere around here, and then come back for it later once we've got pseudo in tow.
We could stash the stuff and maybe watch it. Is there any way we could remote watch and see if anyone comes for it?
Well, I mean, I could park the van nearby and keep the sensor suite on, and just, like, hopefully it catches something.
You hear the sound of someone rapping on the side of your panel van.
I open the door.
Outside you see Jack. He's a bit of a squat human. He's taller than a dwarf, but he often gets called a dwarf by people trying to, like, push his buttons. But he's quite broad as well, muscular, quite obvious bulging biceps that are sort of flexing amongst his t-shirt. He looks at you. Where's Raj?
Raj is in the back, amigo. Let's get him loaded out. Hey, Pug, you want to help with this?
Yeah, Pug's gonna open the back doors, hop out, and hopefully get Raj out without bumping him too much.
All right, so as you get out, Jack immediately sort of gives you a once up and down and notices you're quite a build troll now. And it helps you out with the guy. Basically, he's got a small sedan parked nearby that he sort of bundles him over towards, dumps him in the back seat. Should I ask how this happened?
You see that dead motherfucker over there? We came over to the garage to talk with Raj because I couldn't get him on the phone, and this son of a bitch had put a couple of rounds into him. So we took care of him and brought Raj out as quick as possible. That's all that I know, though. I don't know if it was just a burglary gone wrong or if it was like an intentional hit.
Look, I don't want anything to do with no murders, okay?
Yeah, this is our problem. Don't worry about it. Just don't say anything to anybody and mum's the word.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
there's a bit of a mess at the shop you might want to clean up.
I'll call the Irish to look into it. He gets in the car and drives off.
Well, he was friendly.
Fantastic. Yeah, man, a few words and Irish connections, which is always fantastic. I think we're probably gonna have
As long as
to.
he doesn't tell the Irish that we're here, that's fine.
We're gonna have to settle with him eventually, man. I don't know when we're gonna settle with him, but we gotta settle with him. This tiptoeing around is not working for me.
Well, how would you feel about just ringing him up and finishing that? Just get that done.
You know, I don't. With the amount, we owed him a reasonable quantity of cash. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be settleable that way. I'm thinking this one's gonna come down to blood.
We can do blood.
We can definitely do blood, but let's focus on one enemy at a time. We've got guys coming out of like the woodwork shooting at us from outer space and shit. We got all kinds of weird, crazy sci-fi tech attacking mechanics in their garages, and we have no idea where all this is coming from.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
let's-
I don't even know the first place to start with this crap. I hope Pseudo has an idea of what's going on. He seemed like he wasn't telling us everything.
Yeah, he might be worried that the comms are bugged or anything like that. He'll be able to talk to us about it once we get back to the boat. So what do you propose we do with this body?
Pseudo, since I imagine you are keeping tabs on all the electronic channels right now as you're sort of lying low, you can hear all of this because you already have access to all of their devices.
Okay. I'll bear this in mind.
Oh, what do we normally do with bodies?
I mean, we could just ditch him, in all honesty. We're out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere in Lambeth. I mean, we've got him already stripped for gear. We could just dump him, and frankly, we'd probably be fine.
At that moment, Blowback gets just a little single name, just kind of phases into his vision, David. And then it's the writing is like just a normal font to start with. Then it just starts to rot and turn green, and like chunks fall off. Then it develops teeth.
Christ. So our esteemed comrade is suggesting we feed this motherfucker to the ghouls.
Oh,
It's sick, but I like it. It's a disposal method. Then again, I wouldn't. We should go in from a different direction when we go into the sewers, because we've got the hatch right next to the boat, and if we dump the body right next to the boat, and somebody comes to come get it, they'll be like, "Oh, well, there's a door right there. I wonder where that goes and why the body is placed right here." So we should probably dump it with David elsewhere in the sewers if we're gonna do that.
well, we did see a few manhole covers for that area, so that should be fine. We should be able to get down there. What time of day is it? Can we get down there like later at night when no one's gonna notice a
It's
body?
like 3:30 now.
Or might wanna wait a little bit on that.
It's 3:30 a.m.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
We're
Then.
good to go.
What about the last of this gear? You said the two guns and the chameleon suit.
There's
were
another knock on the
suspect?
door.
I open it.
This is a fellow in full-on black leathers, black biker helmet. There's a Suzuki, like, propped up nearby. He just wordlessly hands you a pack, second pack, third pack in sort of this plain brown paper, and then he hands you something else, sort of a package, which, when you grab it, feels fairly heavy and metallic. And he just nods and walks away.
Okay.
I love
shut the door back
Shadowrunners. They're no shit. They're just like, yeah, I've got a delivery to make. I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to ask how their day is. I'm just going to give them stuff, then I'm going to walk away. No one
Because
needs
you
to
get
know
involved
anything.
and then you die. Everyone dies. You ask too many questions and then you're involved. You're now
So I
part
like
of the
this.
plan.
I wish Shadowrunners were regular delivery people in real life. It'd be so much easier. Just my groceries arrive. No nonsense. Just it's brought in, put on my table, and then they leave. They don't say a thing. They don't ask
Oh,
for anything. No
God.
signatures. They're wearing a
fucking-
helmet the whole time. It's brilliant.
I fucking love Twitch chat. Delivery free.
Yeah. Lone Star, freeze. You know we have to make that an emote now. It's got to be a little badge.
It has to
and then
be.
like
No, that's a
Lone
little
Star,
security
freeze.
guard.
No, two
Yeah.
emotes. One with just the character, and then the next one's like the hands on the gun. Then we can swap out whatever character's doing the action.
Look back in your peripheral vision. Every time you move around and kind of have you're wearing the helmet, or was the helmet still in the back of the?
I haven't touched the helmet since we got back because I know the guy was tampering with it. I need you to look at it.
Yeah. Every time you see the helmet, though, it gets like a HUD outline, and the word "jammer" appears above the helmet in your vision.
That is true. So I'm going to turn on the jammer on the helmet and face it towards the back of the van, and then I'm just going to place all of the gear that we got from the other guy securely inside the cone. That's a
Okay.
good point.
Wow, that was smart.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't we come up with that?
Because we're not technomancers, man. We're the hired muscle. We're the guys that punch and shoot things to death. We're the Rocksteady and Beatbot. We're like, shoot 'em, boss.
Oh my god. I'm
That
not going
is
to be able to
very
think of
apt.
HUD now without thinking of
That is very
Rocksteady.
apt.
Wow. So good. So
Well,
good.
before we head out, I mean, we gotta be quick if it's already 3:30. Before we head out, just need to make sure that we didn't leave anything behind because we've been out of the van right now. Did we leave any blood anywhere?
Um,
I've got bleach bottles, so if you see anything, just spray it on there.
no, neither of you neither of you were injured at all, did you?
Yeah, but Raj was shot.
Yeah, but you had enough time to stabilize him and patch him up, and he's not really leaking by that point. Otherwise,
Not really
he would probably
leaking.
still be dead. The body you had in the back of the van, you did cranial injury, which, you know, it bleeds kind of a lot if your heart was still pumping, but it stopped pumping pretty quick, so no major arteries. It still contained blood, so
A crushed face will do that to you.
it's just
We're gonna need
mostly it's a little bit of blood in the back of your van and some fluid that you suspect is some of the sac that lies around the brain and some of the fluid inside the brain itself.
Well, back,
grape juice.
I think we're gonna want some like heavy duty tarps or plastic or something to just throw in the back of the van because we always getting bodies back here.
Yeah, absolutely. More so because I'm going to take this guy's cyberware out once we get back to the place. I'm sure that our dear friend David doesn't like mechanics all up in his steak anyways.
Oh God! Can we just get out of here?
Pseudo, did you get contact with the doctor from last episode?
Lydia.
Yeah. She would be able to do that for you, just off the top of your head, just in case you didn't know.
Okay, no, that's cool. I actually, because we were running a bit late by that point, I didn't get all the info on Lydia. So if
Okay.
you actually happen to have the info that I'm
Human street doctor. Connection 1 for you. Sorry, connection 2, loyalty 1, I believe. I'll double check.
Oh God, that is so
where
perfect.
does she live? Or where is her business?
I know on the map, can't remember the location. It's
I'll just
basically, yeah, it's sort of
asterisk it
central,
there until you let me know.
northeast, just.
Central and northeast.
Yeah.
God, Battleship Potemkin, you are spot on. We Rimworld now.
I'm going to give him a peg leg and accidentally
take-
remove his heart.
You're taking the bits out, and then you're gonna eat them.
I don't think he was going to eat them. I think he was gonna
Well,
put them in other things.
blowback, please roll your body +2.
Oh, goody. At least
I
I,
just
have
love
some
when-
dice.
I just love when EE rolls stuff. He goes, "That's fine."
I'm going to edge that.
Yeah, I'm glad that you decided to do that. I was about to suggest it. It's like, okay, that is
Nice.
much better. That is much better.
I can live with that.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the threshold be exactly for?
That was so bad. That was it's like, yeah,
That was
I'm gonna
E's
edge
fuck you,
that.
I want you to be a ghoul face. I saw it.
On
Yeah,
the plus side means that body disposal would be much easier.
That's true.
that slight, very minor, like, headache, bit of fever, sort of comes back and waves a little bit. You shake it off, and very minor, but you feel ever so slightly warmer than you should do. But it's very minor.
Okay.
Pug, you also no longer feel nauseous from your trip into the Thames.
Yes. Back to
and-
the Thames. We need to swim.
Oh, God.
I'm going to send a text over to Pseudo asking whether or not he got the name of that street dock because I haven't been feeling so good since we got out of the sewers.
Yeah, it's connection 2 for her.
Yeah. Then I'll respond. Yeah, I've got her name. I've got the address. You need to head there. Beware, his shop is in pieces.
Shit. All right, man. I'll let you know how it goes. So we're making a detour, Puggles.
You get
What for?
another message saying, "Are you heading that way? If you are, then I'm not that far away. I could meet you there, but if you want to go there, give me a second. I'll contact her, see if she's got the place put back together after we were attacked."
Yeah, that's fine, man. I've been a little bit worried since we were down in the sewer, and plus we got that dead guy. He might have some cyberware on him, and so I remember Caber saying something about her kind of extricating or extracting that stuff.
Okay. My connection kind of goes on hold with Blowback, and I try to contact Lydia using the common code she gave.
Reasserts his position that we should get the hell out of here to Blowback.
Yeah, we're going to be heading towards the chop shop real fast.
Okay.
As a suggestion out of character, someone has said that we could use a favor to smooth things over with the Irish. It's subject to GM discretion because I don't know what storylines you've worked on. But
no,
the group, I think that's a good idea.
I'm
Would
in complete
Would it involve
agreement
Caber
on that one.
going on a date with that Irish guy?
Can it, please?
Irish elf?
I'm pretty sure
Can we use
that,
a favor,
that would be a favor
to get
for you.
Caber to go on a date?
I'm pretty sure that would be a
with
favor
the
to
Irish
Caber.
mob boss, and then smooth things over. Can that be our favor? This is what we want. No.
He whines and
But yeah,
dines
I'm
the
in
Irish
agreement
mob
with
boss.
generally doing that, and I'll leave that to Blowback to try and smooth that over, because that seems like it would be more in his area of expertise.
If we're going to smooth it over, we should probably go through Raj since he's got the direct Irish connection. If anybody could fast talk us out of it, we could use the favor to have Raj talk on our behalf
Okay.
with the Irish or something.
I believe
Might
you
help.
do have the Irish mob boss as a connection, don't you?
Pug does.
I've never talked to him. I think Pug
Oh,
might.
Pug does. Okay. Then yeah, you have the number. So yeah, you can contact me if you want. Pseudo, you call Lydia. It rings for a while, and after a little while, hey Pseudo, I didn't expect to be hearing back from you so soon.
Yeah, we do seem to be meeting quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't quite expect it to be this fast.
Yeah. Thankfully, I'm not broken, but I have a friend who may be in need of your services. I wanted to check that everything's been cleaned up, because I mean, I know you've probably not had much sleep, and it's only been a few hours.
Hey, well, the SAR came out front for a little while, and then they left.
Right.
Thanks that, Doc Wagon have got the right paperwork sorted, so they didn't stay around much.
Right, brilliant. Would it be alright if we drop by a little bit later? Obviously, you're gonna need you need some time to get some shut eye after that, but maybe a little bit later today, around midday, maybe.
Sure, yeah.
Brilliant. Just a heads up. My friend, he's feeling a bit under the weather. Just wants a checkup, but also, I trust you wouldn't have any particular issues with removing cyberware from someone who may not be in a position to need it anymore.
I have a few people I can sell it on to, and I can give you a small commission on it. Depends on the quality of the cyberware, of course, but yeah, sure, I can do that.
Brilliant. Okay, well,
Just
I'll
maybe
see-
not bring them around at midday.
Right, what time would be best?
I mean, if you can bring them around now, I'm awake
sure,
in here.
If you feel good, yeah. Right, we'll be around in probably just about 15-20 minutes, something like that.
Okay, I'll get the place ready.
Okay.
Okay. and
Cancel
just-
that call, straight on to Blowback. Right, you've got these coordinates. Be there as fast as you can. I'll be about half an hour away. I've let her know that you need to get checked up, and that you are carrying a cybered cargo that needs its cyber removed. She may
Cool,
be
man.
able to give us a price on it. Honestly, if she's willing to take it off our hands, unless there's something you seriously want that stuff for, then I would recommend you accept. I'll be there. I'll have a look over anything that I need to have a look at, but I would say we get rid of this as soon as we can.
Sounds good to me. I'm down with the body disposal. I will see you over there. All right.
Okay. Well, then my short respite was short, and I get up and I start making my way back.
Okay. It takes you about half an hour to get there, so you arrive roughly the same time. And realizing this, I imagine you just wait for each other nearby. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I'll be pinging them my location periodically, and I'll be keeping a tab on where they are.
so you catch up, you park the van somewhere inconspicuous nearby, probably not too close to a building that looks like a rat has eaten a large chunk of it. Getting out of the van, Pug, Blowback, you can actually see that even though it is nighttime, because of the way that the building has lights around it, and there's one small dark patch which has lights flicking back and forth in it, like someone's looking around with torches, a number of torches up there, and this looks like there's someone setting up a spotlight down below on the road where it's closed. This is, of course, fortunately for you, a few hundred meters away from where you're going.
Yeah, as they get out of the van, I kind of jerk my head up in the direction of the building. I say, "Yeah, you don't want to be walking too close to that. Just keep your head low, and let's just move the cargo as fast as we can out of here."
I raise
What
an
the
They'll have
eyebrow.
enough on their plate.
What
look
the
like-
hell did they shoot that with?
I look like I have questions, but I get busy unloading the dead guy.
Something a lot bigger than the Panther.
Can we get one?
Sure, you actually look like you'd be able to carry it too. So yeah, maybe for Christmas, but let's get the body inside first.
Okay, so who's manhandling the body?
Oh, Pug.
That's not me.
Pug's got it.
Okay, so Blowback goes to help Pug. Pug's like, no, I got it. Pug, could you make a stealth check?
What?
What is this stealthy that you were
Yeah,
talking
if you've
about?
got
I thought it
sneaking,
was dark.
it is dark.
And we're inconspicuously parked.
Yep, they're gonna have
You
negatives.
got-
All right, what the hell am I rolling?
Agility plus sneaking.
See, I've got sneaking. You should have let me do it.
So agility -1.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, you've got a lot of dice with just agility.
No. Okay, so yeah, you unload the body. There's a cop just walking down the alleyway just before you get to it. You sort of.
Doesn't
Is that
Blowback
literally the
have-
sound he makes? Because I would love that.
Yeah, of course. Nothing to see here, officer. It's just my pal Jim. He's a little drunk. It's all good. But
Yeah,
doesn't
you
Blowback
find,
have like
like-
a sixth sense? Doesn't Blowback have like a sixth sense when there's cops nearby?
Yep.
Yeah, but
mean,
it's
he
only like that
knows.
to talk to me.
Okay.
And you're walking past, and there's, people put out like pallets of veg and stuff for the supermarket next door. And the cop being there, you're like, and you take off this label that says potatoes, and you stick it on the bag that's got the corpses in.
Damn, Pug is a fast thinker.
But yeah,
That's
you
awesome.
managed to get down to the door to Lydia's doctors.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey, come on in. I haven't managed to get anyone to be on the door yet. She says as opening the door, you notice that she has a quite large, heavy pistol in her hand.
Yeah. I give her a nod, slip in, and give the other guys a nod to follow suit. And I
Pug
look
stoops
around
a little
the
bit.
place. Is it more or less intact? Because as
Yeah.
I recall, actually nothing, no machinery actually got damaged. Just the wall got shot a bit.
Yeah, there were 2 bullet holes in the wall that have been papered over. You notice that there are now like some medical charts over the top of them. You see like these slight
Fantastic.
dots of light as occasionally a flashlight sort of comes down the alleyway. But yeah, no, there's nothing in here was really touched. There's still a sort of stain on the floor where Cable was and then was dragged, but it's been cleaned a few times.
Okay.
Well, Pug's gonna walk in, at least at the entrance, and raise an eyebrow at this lady with the gun. Ask her, "Where do you want this? Where do you want this?"
Hey, put him on the bench over there, and she points at a bench next to the wall. Oh wow, we're now up to, I believe, many dice. Let me just check.
Yay! I like many dice.
Many dice.
Many
Many is my
Handle it.
favorite number.
I think we're on 4 die bonus right now.
But
yes,
Havak,
we are.
How do numbers make you feel?
Well, I mean, Pseudo could tell you what the numbers taste like, but as far as they feel, it depends on the situation. Many is a really great number if it's counting successes, nor a very great number if it's counting failures. It's a very bad number when it's
It's
counting
true.
failures.
All right, so Pugs deposited the body.
Well, speaking of
hopefully
numbers, by the
face
way,
up.
you do know why 6 felt bad, right?
Don't.
Because 7, 8, 9.
Someone please.
I'm sorry,
strangle
chat.
EE.
All of those points of IQ that just dropped by hearing that, I did try to save you.
Well, I mean, we already had a
slow.
character named Jack who lifts cars, so we're just keeping the dumb jokes running.
Oh,
It's gonna be long standing.
So bad. So bad.
So
Chat's
Yes,
brains, they're
not
melting
like
now. Well
this.
done, E. You've killed chat.
Not like this.
Chat
exactly.
a day.
not like this.
Pun star freeze.
Pun
Not
star.
like this.
Pun star.
Okay, yeah, so you
Oh,
take the
God.
body in, dump him down on the table, somewhat unceremoniously, and as you do, his head kind of part of the skull on the side sort of cracks a little bit and is held on only by sort of the scalp now.
I point and I go, he fell down some stairs.
He really did.
She looks at you, and sort of nods, looks at your still somewhat bloody fist, and the edge of your jacket, which is obviously covered in some sort of brain matter. Yeah, sure.
They were really violent stairs.
I know.
don't know what got
sometimes
into 'em.
it's terrible what stairs can do to a person these days.
Stairs are scary. They don't get raised right anymore.
She walks to the corpse and starts
While all
doing
that's
a
going
scan.
on, I closed the door
Yeah.
and just moved to the side. And
Pseudo.
Yeah.
You want to deactivate those weapons and that gear in the car and take a look at the helmet while we're getting this done? Just in case. I've got the jammer trained on them so that nothing can get us like you
Sure,
suggested,
okay. I'll go. I'll go in a minute though. I just want to make sure that everything's all right with you.
Okay.
And at that point, I just kind of stand in the background a little bit until Blowback is actually checked up. Pseudo's going to be checking the body. I'm looking for the types of cyberware. or anything like that, 'cause
She's
they'll
actually
probably
got
also-
the body and is running a scan over it at the moment. You'd probably get in the
Okay.
way if you tried to look.
through AR, that is.
Oh, for AR.
Pseudo
Right
doesn't
now-
look with his eyes.
None of it is active right now.
Right,
Because
is
if
it
you
filtered?
remember, during some point in the combat, everything went dark on their
Probably
side.
when Pug crushed his face.
That too.
Okay. Well, given that there's nothing there, that's fine. I'll just sit back. But look at the Blowback. Say, so what's up, mate? You said you went.
I don't know. Yeah, ever since we got out of the sewers, I haven't been feeling so good. I'm starting to get a little bit worried that I've contracted something down there because I had a lot of open wounds when we were down in the sewers. I wasn't feeling too good. That was right after the bomb hit us in front of Caber's place.
And
So-
not before. Nothing was feeling. Just since the sewers.
I felt all right since then. I haven't had anything that's been worrying me, but I've been feeling hot and sweaty and just kind of fragged for the last little bit.
Oh, okay. Pseudo looks a little bit like, oh, that's interesting.
Pug's listening with a worried look on his face while he
Can I
grabs
do
some
a judge
medical
intentions
towels and cleans
on
himself.
pseudo?
Sure.
Okay, we're up to like 5 extra die now, and yes, you're
Yay.
Oh shit!
Are you suggesting that we judge intentions with extra dice?
I mean, if you wanna,
You
you can
could.
leave your friends behind, but if you can't dance, yep,
Yeah, you need to practice that one.
yeah. You're now up to 6 extra die.
Nice.
Okay.
I judge intention pseudo.
One
Ha-ha!
success. Right. what do I
Defend
need to
yourself.
You need
Wield
to
your
roll, like-
willpower.
it's composure, so it's willpower plus charisma.
roll? Willpower plus charisma. Okay, so.
He's got a lot of dice and willpower, right? Because of his
Yeah.
resonance thing.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's actually not a bad social person. If he had social skills, he'd be great.
Yeah.
But his composure's excellent.
Yeah, but right in the middle of
Generally
conversation, he'll just go like, and he'll come back like 2
It's
minutes
true, it
later.
does happen.
Yes, that's.
No, he just seems really concerned.
I
He's
am
like,
an
oh,
iron
the L is terrible."
curtain.
Yeah.
You cannot see through me.
I judge ya. It's impish.
Okay, Lydia pulls back from the body and says, "Hey, well, you've got a pretty penny here." And she starts listing off all the cyberware, and she will give you 5% of list price because used cyberware isn't particularly popular because it's
No,
a bit
that's
icky. But also, then there's resale and all that. So she'll give you 5% of the list price for these things. So there is ultrasound sensor level 2. You will get 1.2 grand for that. There is Cyber Eyes, rating 2. You will get 600 for that. You will also get bone lacing. You can't take bone lacing off. That's impossible.
No, not really. I think once that's put on, it's put on.
Yeah.
Alas, funny to take out though. Anyway, but not really useful.
There is no, you can't. Muscle toner you can't take out because it's cultured bioware. Not very easily.
That got my hopes up there. Damn you.
Internal air tank, she can take that out. You will get 225 for that. Wide reflexes,
everything.
level 1. You can get
you.
$2,000 for that.
Wow.
And I believe
Not too bad.
About 4,000.
Any of the cultured bioware. She can probably give you something for the muscle toner, just because she can take some of the cells off or probably reuse some strands. And he had muscle toner level 2, which is 64 grand new. She can probably offer you 1%. So yeah, it's 640 for that.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, that's almost $5,000 just off giving her someone we didn't want.
Well, I have my sneaking suspicions that everything else we picked up off this guy was like top spec, like good shit. So I figured he probably didn't skimp when it came out to his own person either. I mean, he struck me as a little bit as like the...
He's
like the
also
burglary
going to
version of
choose to
Pug.
use Edge
Wait, who's using Edge?
on her scan. She gets 7 hits.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it looks like he's got quite some extensive nano augments of some kind. I can't find a nano hive, which is particularly unusual, especially considering the number of nanites in his body. Let me just try and draw some cultures.
Pseudo genuinely, just, quite visibly stiffens and says, where were those... You still have that stock of hunters, yeah?
Yeah, I've got 2 of the syringes in the other room.
Are you able to tell what those nanites are?
I mean, I can draw them and have a look at them under a scope and run them through a scan.
While you're doing that, we've got another syringe. This guy had it on him. Can you tell us what's inside of this?
Sure, I can have a look. And she picks it up. It just looks like clear water or something in there to the naked eye. Sure.
Blowback. Okay. Pug, you didn't get any... And then Suda looks down at all the blood over Pug's fist and brain matter and stuff. No scratches, open wounds, didn't get in your eyes, your mouth, any other part of you.
Pug doesn't look over his whole body, stretches his arms
luckily,
out,
although punching someone can be a rather painful process for most people, Troll's +1 dermal armor prevents them really taking even any wounds from smashing someone's face.
That's the main thing, yeah. So
I don't think so.
Pug, go wash that off, like right now. Right now. With acid.
Lydia is looking very confused at you guys. She's still holding this syringe. She just kind of tentatively moves it away from herself.
Yeah, Lydia, extreme caution with that. Clean room, very thick gloves, etc., etc. Like more than normal.
Okay.
Just be careful.
She puts it down, picks up some lead gloves that are often designed for like being able to hold things while taking X-rays or whatever, and starts putting a drop from the thing onto a slide, doing the same with some cells or something from inside his body with another syringe. Starts putting him under a microscope and starts paying attention to that.
While Lydia's doing that, Pseudo is literally just pointing out the sink. Yeah, I'm assuming there's like a sink. It's a doctor. There's going to be a sink to scrub up, and he's directing Pug to go and clean himself.
Well, Pug will hit the sink then.
No, don't hit the sink. Pug is stronger than the sink.
Pug punch sink.
No.
Angry.
Bad Pug.
No. Bad nanites.
Okay, so roll. How good are you at cleaning something? That's probably logic and intuition.
Roll to clean yourself.
You don't know how to
Roll
wash.
to wash your hands.
No, logic, no. There's a lot of people who are smart who just...
Bumbling idiot buffoon.
It's like you go to the bathroom, roll to poop.
This is a
You
big
failed.
test.
Push or
The toilet
squeeze?
breaks.
I don't know. I'm so stupid. I'm a troll.
Roll a sleight of hand and intuition.
Sleight of hand.
He tried to steal the soap.
Well, you know, just getting into those nooks and crannies and stuff that, like, you know, most people miss when they wash their hands.
Oh God, Pug. Pug's so bad.
Are you
Okay.
sure you have 50
Instructions.
die?
I don't know what we rolled here.
Do you have sleight of hand?
No.
Intuition,
I
then.
love,
Just flat
I love
intuition.
how his default is. I don't know what you asked me. I'm gonna roll 50 dice. Seems
I thought,
reasonable.
he was,
that one.
I thought he was joking.
No, I genuinely want you to wash your hands.
Wow.
One hit, that's fine. I don't know, but yeah, but as chat says, washing hands properly, like in a medical way, with like fully and
There's gonna be
properly.
a poster on the wall.
Like there is genuinely an AR poster on the wall that tells you, like this is the thing. Like if you see surgeons like washing their hands before they scrub up, like it takes a good few minutes because they do a proper scrub of their hands. So I'm
I've
just-
had a nurse for a mother. He understands the scrubbing
Critically
hands.
fail.
stance.
Irish spring and pee hole.
No.
I mean, if
No,
you had
that's
medicine,
when
I'd
the
have
Irish
allowed a
mob
medicine
shows up.
test instead.
That was just so
But yeah,
funny.
no,
That
we got
was
one
just-
hit. That's fine.
That was genuinely just a hilarious moment. That needs to be made into a highlight. Roll for washing your hands.
Don't worry, we're doing the roll for pooping later.
It's
It's
in
gonna
my
be brilliant.
eye.
Next
I would have
week,
loved a critical glitch, though. I want to know what would have happened.
he'd slip and cut himself on like a broken bit of mirror from like the firefight or something.
Oh, that's boring. That's much
Oh
more
no, okay.
sensible than I
He's
was
trying to wash his
thinking.
hands and he slips and puts his hand down like one of those little garbage like things.
Okay, that's better.
Nice.
Ah!
Sucks him up over the shoulder.
Yep, and it just sort of gets sucked in. It would be terrible. Yeah, okay. You wash
that
your
is a
hands.
serious industrial waste disposal unit for them to be able to
Hey,
chew up.
you don't know
bugs.
how to go down this waste disposal unit in here. She's chopping up a
Garbage
body.
disposal.
Cool.
It's 39p. We all send out to a weapons vendor for just sticks with garbage disposals on the end with little batteries. Stabbing people with them. 40 damage! 40 damage!
Oh
Oh
god.
my god.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. She's bent over the desk of this microscope, looking through at the slides. Pug's washing his hands, and he keeps turning around and goes, "Is it done yet?" And you go, "No. Wash your hands properly this time. Use the gel." Okay. Anything you want to discuss before the washing hands of the microscope is finished?
Well, looking to blowback. He didn't actually have any blood on him, did he? Like he didn't get into.
My contribution to that fight was dodging bullets.
No,
So the
you
Pug
look.
could close the
You
gap and
medic
punch him.
Raj. You will have blood on you, mostly on your hands, not anywhere else. And it looks kind of like it's caked and
Okay.
dried a little bit anyway, the way it's distributed. But yeah.
Looking at the blood, I asked, "Whose is that?"
Raj's.
You didn't touch the body at all. You didn't get.
No,
any
I didn't.
fingers
I
on
wasn't
you.
near or touch him at all. But I patched up Raj, so.
Yeah, maybe he had nanite bullets that he was shooting. That's what's next.
You joke, and yet you know not what nightmares you have unleashed upon us. You can see the cogs working in his brain right now. You fool! You have doomed us all. Okay. Oh, no,
okay.
he's
Blowback-
making notes. God
Blowback
damn
can't
it,
be hit
Pug.
anyway, so he's
I
fine.
sigh and I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Okay. Can you
Get outta here,
roll?
it's my
You can
sink.
roll medicine because medicine will teach you how to wash your hands.
No.
Yeah! I'm a professional level medic.
I swear, if you get a critical glitch, it's gonna kill you. It'll take
You'll be
Pug's
using
arm, it will
intuition
actually
rather than
kill
your logic, though.
So intuition instead?
Yeah, intuition plus medicine.
Oh, that's even better. Yay, more dice!
you. You suck so bad.
Oh, that was the wrong. I'm sorry, that was the wrong roll. I did only 6. I didn't do my extra dice for. I'm sorry, I got another. There we go.
You've added
it doesn't
to the
even
suckacity
matter.
of that roll.
And you
make the
almost
roll
got towards a
worse.
glitch. I was hoping for a glitch. Yeah, so
I know, that's why you made me roll it. I know you were.
You're like, not really.
Not used to this fancy gel.
Yeah, like it's proper, and there's like instructions, and you're normally just used to doing it like how you've learned.
Where's the soy
whatever.
soap? Everything's made
Yeah,
out of soy.
precisely.
Is there like an AR that's interactive that watches you while you wash your hands? Like, no, not like that. No, that's bad. and they fix you how they tell you how
Yeah,
to
no,
do
no.
it?
It
Is
uses
he
your
getting,
your eyes to be able to judge and then do like
Nice.
visual assessment of like, are you doing it properly? Is the
tell
motion
me
right?
Blowback's getting this
Yeah,
stern lecture
Blowback's just
from
like he
from the
walks over, he
AR.
puts some gel on, he does that, and it's like, please slow down to get the proper amount of gel coverage. Please, you are going too fast. Too much gel is being widely distributed. You need to properly. And Blowback just turns it off. Blowback knows his stuff. He would not listen to this annoying, patronizing voice. Warning: the disabling will actually have some adverse effects on your health, and Ranraku's support system cannot be held. Boop. You just force it off. End process. At this point, however, Lydia turns around and goes, "Right, well, I'm not sure what types of nanites they are, but they seem to be inactive. The ones from inside of him, I can see there's hard nanites and soft nanites, and what you've got here in this syringe just means some hard nanites. They look a little bit like hunter nanites, but not particularly actually anything that I know of. But if I was going to say, I'd guess they were a variant of a hunter nanite."
Okay.
Any chance we could get a sample of that? Maybe a smaller sample?
I mean, do you want the syringe, or do you want the one inside of him?
I don't know if we want that much.
Are you talking about the nanites inside him?
I mean,
Oh, I want to keep the hunter nanites. The syringe is ours.
All right.
Have you got any anything a little bit more secure than a syringe, organ container or something? Just.
I mean, they're not really designed to be that secure exactly. They're meant to be more sterile, and it's not meant to have a sharp object inside of it.
Have you got anything that would do?
I mean, I could use the gel wrap system and just put it through that. It's designed to keep things contained or whatever. You just coats it in a silica sort of gel, and it forms into effectively a. I mean, you can rip it apart easy enough if you want. Okay. And she takes a syringe, puts it through that, and it sort of goes, and this thing lands at the bottom, which looks more like sort of a seafood bar of soap, sort of wrapped very closely to the contours of the needle.
Okay.
And she hands that to you. Which is, I have no idea what it is, but if I was going to guess, it'd be some kind of weird hunter nanite.
Yeah, the weird part is the part that I'm worried about.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't look that like a hunter nanite at all, actually, but it's the closest thing that I can see. I mean, I had some experience with nanites before, but nothing like that. Maybe
What are hard and soft nanites?
possibly some kind of. I mean, they have nanites in those fabricator systems that they, make assault rifles out of. Haven't been selling many of those recently, actually. But if I'd guess, it was similar to one of those as well. But I haven't had any experience with those.
Lydia, do you know anyone who knows a lot about nanites? Might be able to tell us some more.
Okay, I'll roll for her. Trying to think now. There was a fellow in here not too long ago who wanted a top up of nanites. Wanted some nanites that would basically hold on to certain toxins and then release them at certain times, or put certain drugs or whatever. I think it was some elf or something. I can't remember his name as well. Yeah, that might be it.
I look at Pseudo.
He cleaned me out of all my stock.
Yeah, I bet he did. Look, Lydia,
I had to get those hunter nanites in. They only came in a few weeks ago.
Whatever's in that body, just it's nuclear. Okay, just treat it that way. Clean it.
Cremate bodies.
Clean anything that has touched it. You can take the cyberware out if you want it. It's fine.
I mean, as far as I can tell, they seem to be dormant or dead.
They might be now. I mean, there's no hive then, maybe, but just.
That's actually a good point. Let me just check something. And she walks back over to the body again, sort of deep in thought, sort of just started to blank you out. She walks away. She takes over an instrument that looks a bit like a microscope, but is strange. It goes very point at one end, almost into sort of a very narrow piercing needle or camera. And she sticks it inside the body and starts having a look and goes, I mean, those ones seem active, but maybe a little bit slower than I'd expect. They seem to be trying to repair certain cell tissue. Oh, that is very interesting. This could actually be quite valuable.
Dead body?
I mean, they're attempting it. I don't think they're going to get very far. And she looks over at the head.
So,
Blowback asks, what would happen if they were inside a living host?
I presume they would try and heal the host? I don't know. Nanites are a very cutting-edge thing, you see, because they're a cross between sort of a biological engineering, technological engineering. Nanites are basically more physics than anything else also at some points. It takes a very specialist mind to be able to do them, or a very large corporation's worth of research.
Look, Lydia, you've done right by us, and I don't want to leave you in a dangerous position, but I'm stressing here. I don't think you want to get mixed up in whatever that body is mixed up in. Those nanites, they are nuclear. They're toxic. Don't get rid of it. Get rid of it. I know it's tempting, but you don't want to know where this is going to end up.
Rob
Lydia,
Swade.
this is the
Yeah. Sorry, Blowback?
This is the fourth person we found now with the nanite infection, and every single one of them has died violently or had somebody hunting them or an open bounty on their heads. We're not sure what's going on, but we've been caught in the crossfire of it for a while now. And that's why, I assume anyways, that's why Pseudo feels the need to just express that you need to have caution here. This is not good.
Okay, you can assist. You can roll Persuade as well.
Okay. What's persuade?
Wait until Blowback's done rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the skill?
Wow. Nice.
So yeah, it's Persuasion, which is a skill, plus Charisma. If you've not got Persuasion, it'd be Charisma -1, I think. It's Persuasion, right? Negotiation.
Negotiation. There we go. I was like, persuade? I have no idea.
Damn it.
Right, okay. That is for me. I'm going to go ahead. Would it be alright if I used 2 of the bonus dice we got at the moment? We got 6, don't we?
Go for it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, yes.
Go for it.
And I'm going to edge my failures. So
Yeah, that
that's-
human edge. It's amazing. You start every day
Dig
with
into
3
your edge pile. Your edge
Yeah.
mound.
that's what
Wow,
that's.
nice.
So that's 5 successes.
Okay, so she listens, and she doesn't seem fazed too much by the fact that Blowback's sort of talked about many people coming into contact with it. Because she seems sort of self-confident in her abilities. However, you talking about it and talking about this, she says, well, I guess the body is yours, and if you want me to just dispose of it, I guess I can do that. I've got a contact I can use to get rid of it. Yeah.
That sounds fine to me. What about you guys?
Yeah.
I'd rather do that.
Just to clarify from an out of character position, she hasn't taken the cyberware out or anything like that, yeah?
Not yet.
Yeah.
The question is actually, if you want me to, can I keep the cyberware, or do I have to throw that as well?
I mean, the choice is yours. We'll take the payment if you were going into this with your eyes wide open, but I just want you to know that this is a toxic asset. Cyberware might be fine, but whatever's in its blood, you don't want that.
I mean, technically,
don't
the
want anything
cyberware
it's
tends to
touched.
use a lot of the person's blood to actually go through it and provide it with, nutrients or replenishing the energy cells, or...
Yeah, but generally nanites that are built to work on people don't work so well on machines. They might be fine. Just make sure they're properly sterilized afterwards. I mean, nanites will usually pass through quickly enough anyway.
I mean, it's actually going to be fairly hard to sterilize the surface once nanites have been exposed to it. I mean, in theory, they should die off after a while, but I'm not sure about these nanites. I haven't really played around with them.
Cool. I mean, you've got the kit here. You know the risks.
Okay, she's going
I'd
to
rather
roll...
just burn the body. Just get rid of it. I don't think it's worth the risk.
Well, there's a chance that the nanites could just go inactive and come back online. It's possible. I haven't really seen it done before, but it could be possible. In which case, it's probably not worth taking the cyberware out. So, if you don't mind, I'm not going to be able to pay you. I'm just going to have to dispose the body.
It's fine. That's what I expected when I suggested you just get rid of it.
Okay, well, I'll dispose of it soon enough.
I'd sooner
Lydia,
know that you're not in danger and we're a few thousand million short, but...
Hey, big one.
while we're here and we're talking about nanites, you mind giving us a checkup and seeing if we have any problems ourselves?
Hey, sure, I can do
These
that.
nanites.
That'll cost you.
Don't care.
Checkup each, 59 each.
Done.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pug sends over 150.
Are you asking about one of your friends, were you, Pseudo?
This one here, Blowback, he just needs a checkup. He's not feeling too well.
She sort of looks over you, looks at you, and puts her hand against your forehead, and... Oh, you feel a bit hot. Sure. All you take a seat and I'll run over you quick succession. Okay, so, she goes to Pug, runs a wand over him, takes a blood sample, microscopes it. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong I can see. You seem perfectly fine.
Alright.
I'm gonna
Thank you,
have,
ma'am.
since Bite is still out, mostly because I keep forgetting to tell him to go. I'm sorry, Bite, you're not getting any rest right now. Thank you, you don't fatigue. I'm gonna tell Bite to diagnostic the machine that she's using.
That would increase the
run this
limit,
through a
but because
scanner?
she's using multiple different machines and then like going between different things,
right.
because she's taking samples, she's doing microscope, she's running a wand over you. I would say you could do that to raise her limit by 1, but you wouldn't be able to get the extra dice as well.
Sure,
Because
I just won't bother rolling.
Okay.
You can just say
Yeah.
the limit's up.
yeah, the limit will be up.
I'll dock a task.
She gets to Pseudo, she does a few blood cultures, looks at the things through a microscope. You seem perfectly fine as far as I can tell.
Good.
And then she gets to Blowback.
Pseudo is watching with interest.
I judge her intentions.
I
That's
cast
my
magic
go-to.
missile.
Every single person, I'm just gonna judge intentions. Judge intentions.
Okay, so
I want to see you do that when there's someone pointing a gun at your face.
she knows specifically what she's looking for, so... Okay. I can't find any trace of nanites in here. But you do seem to have a little bit of a high temperature. It could be a virus of some kind. If you want, I can run some more cultures, but, you know, it could just be, you know, you've got the flu. Or it could be something a little bit, you know, worse. But it'll take me a little while
Blowback
to...
sees in his field of vision just an overlay saying it's worth being thorough.
Do you think it's anything specific? It would narrow it down.
Yeah, I've been working in the sewers a lot lately.
Typhoid.
That's all I can really tell you.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can get in the sewers.
We will.
Specifically with ghoul extermination.
You mean the metahuman vampiric virus strain 3, Krieger strain?
It might be worth investigating. I've been in close contact with
Aye.
turned people.
And she goes to like one of the petri dishes and she gets out from one of her drawers a hyperspray type of thing. It's just a little like an aerosol, but very, very minor. And you see that it slowly starts to glow. Tiny little spots on the petri dish start to glow. How long since you were near them?
Well, I don't know. 4 or 5 days.
Actually, it's about 24
yes.
hours. Yeah.
It's not nearly that long. It's
Oh,
been
we were in the
barely
sewers a day ago? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Feels like so much time has gone by. The session's been so
I know.
long. Alright, yesterday?
Hey, well, I'm gonna give you a few things, but it might be that you've got a mild case of it. Doesn't seem to be particularly strong right now. Did it scratch you or bite you of any kind?
No. As far as I know, we were clearing out in the sewers, and I may have got some of their blood on me.
I mean, if it's just blood on you, then you might have a better chance. It looks like it's only a very minor infection at the moment. If you
Is there
can,
anything that we can do? limit risk factors.
I mean, most of the things, if you look it up on the, look it up on the Matrix, they're going to give you 100 different ideas on what you can do, and honestly, there's not very much. I mean, you could try putting some of those nanites in if you wanted. They apparently heal tissue. But I wouldn't recommend it. They're untested. I have no idea what they do.
I would not recommend it.
The nanites from the syringe?
I mean, the ones in his body seem to be trying to heal him, at least. But I wouldn't recommend it. They're not really tested, and I have no idea what they do. Other than that, I guess, just make sure you take some of this, and she hands you, like, a couple of bottles of pills. Make sure you take one a day until your fever goes down.
Alright, thanks. You didn't see anything having to do with nanites with me or Pug?
No, not that I could see.
Huh. Blowback looks kind of surprised, but whatever.
Pseudo just looks relieved.
I mean, you do have a slightly higher metal content to your blood and slightly higher silica value. I wouldn't really expect that, but it could mean anything. I mean, you could have had nanites in your system, I don't know, a few weeks ago? It's very minor. It could just be just a natural phenomenon that's just, systems in flux, but...
Alright, well thanks, Doc. I appreciate you taking the time to look at me.
Hey, no problem. Hey, if there's anything else, I'm going to get some shut-eye.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have had a busy day.
And she pulls out a bottle of pills from her pocket and pours, like, 3 into her hand and...
Right.
When he said she pulls out a bottle, I was expecting
Just
something else.
make sure that as soon as you can, you get rid of that body and anything that seems contaminated with it.
Hey, don't worry, I'll get rid of it.
Okay, brilliant. Well, thanks for seeing us on such short notice.
That's fine. Just try not to get my shut up next time.
Yeah, I'll endeavor not to be shot at by a sniper next time, yeah. And,
Hey.
Right. Well, gents.
Alright, so we head back to the van. I want to investigate my paper bags and just figure out what I've got going on right now. I assume it's...
Right, just to clarify, as we're leaving, I have got the gelled syringe.
Yes.
But that's it for now.
Okay.
How much did she say the hunters were going to cost?
I'll have to double check it.
remember?
I think
It
it
was
was like 5,000 each or something, or more.
Yeah.
They were expensive.
So as we're leaving, then just the three of us, close the door behind me. Just so you guys know, I mean, you've already got an idea of what's going on. We don't want anything to do with what was in that guy. Those nanites, I've got a very strong suspicion that they're the center of a lot of this. I've already checked with her. She's got hunters. We might need to pick those up. They're too rich for my blood at the moment, about 5k each for a syringe. But if we find ourselves in a position where we have to, then it may be worth us picking them up as soon as we can and keeping them handy. Like you said, we're meeting a lot of people like this.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it would appear to me as though we're already involved. There may not be any getting out of this at this point.
Blowback says, while unwrapping 5 boxes of ammunition, 3 boxes of ammunition, sorry, each one containing 50 rounds, and also unwraps a gleaming, shiny new Ares 5 pistol.
It's about to go off. Booby trap.
Yay!
No. Okay.
I can protect myself again, finally. I've had 5 bullets for like 3 sessions now, ever since all my stuff went up in the fire. Luckily, I haven't had much to shoot at, but... But where was Pseudo? Where was Pseudo hacking away at the fire with his crazy techno brain?
I hacked the fire. That'd be fantastic. The fire is wireless.
That's Suda's opening album.
Okay. Right, so get into the van. I make a point of looking around to see if there's any blood in the back of the van. Like where they brought the body.
Yeah,
there definitely is.
A little bit.
Rogers or...
You can't tell.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Okay.
And I
Pug,
suggest
Pug will tell you. Pug will know where they were. Pug will tell you that blood is from the dead body.
Then either we clean the van now, or I'll take my chances walking. I'm not messing with you guys. You do not want to be involved with this stuff.
We got the bleach bottles back there. We start spraying it around and getting rid of some of that stuff. And on top of that, while we clean this up, you may want to work on some of that equipment we pulled off the old smushy face over there.
Well, tell you what, let's not do that right here. I say as I turn around and look at the, like 100 yards or meters or however far he said it was away, the building.
Couple of hundred.
I'm assuming still some activity is like, all sorts of things are being set up there. Is there anywhere, just a back alley or something you could just park up for now?
Yeah, you are packed in a back alley. You have to go out of the van to be able to see the. Yeah, you're fine here.
Okay, we are fine. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still a little bit bitchy about us being here and doing this, but sure. I'll kill some time. I'll have a look at this gear whilst you get the van cleaned out.
All right.
Okay, so what do I need to roll on? What am I looking at?
And while we start cleaning, Pug's gonna suggest that Blowback change the color of our pink van. It's got to change sometime.
Did he get a chance to install it while it was there? Is that already done? I mean, I paid for it. But...
No, he only has a chance to do it once he gets back at hospital, unfortunately.
Right, so what were the items that were left suited to have a look at?
Okay, there was specifically that have not been turned off. There's a chameleon suit, Heckler & Koch 227 submachine gun, and a Finchetti Security 600 pistol.
And those are the only three? Yeah?
Those are the ones that have not been turned off.
That haven't been turned off?
Yes, there is also comlink, 2 flashbang grenades, which don't have a wireless signal at all until you pull the pin on them for very specific reasons. There is also... what else is there? God.
There was the auto picker.
There's the auto picker, which has the battery out. Thermite bar, which is the detonator removed.
Cool. All I need to know is what
and
I'm
the comlink
rolling against. So it's just the chameleon suit, the Heckler and Koch submachine gun, and the Finchetti pistol that I need to try and disable. What am I rolling
Did we turn off the
against
climbing
these?
harness?
It's a good point. The climbing harness probably has some form of computer inside of it.
Shall
Everything
I add
does.
that in here, then?
No, you turn that off. I imagine the climbing harness is a very easily accessible battery. Because you can plug... The only way you can get through the jammer without turning the jammer off is to plug into them directly. They all have universal ports. You can run your comlink directly to them. As a technomancer, you can quite easily just put the comlink to your face and get close enough that I imagine you would be allowed to just about get through the jamming. Just put it inside your mouth. Just you basically, because it doesn't. You can just get super close to it, and effectively the jamming, I'm sure, would be negated. So
He's
yeah,
like
I will let you.
diviner.
I will let you
He's like
overpower them and turn them off.
He's like a
Okay,
diviner.
so we're
He
just going to
holds
say
a-
I've done that. Okay.
Yeah.
He just holds a rock up to his head and he tells you the future or some shit.
I can imagine Pug and Blower just looking at him stupid when he picks up the bloody submachine gun, sticks the barrel in his mouth.
Sucking on it.
Okay, it's done.
Pug doesn't even notice that. Pug's
I
telling
lick
Blowback
the
that
chameleon
we can-
suit until it turns off.
Pug's telling
And
Blowback
everywhere
that
you
we
lick
can
it, like
just
it
get
changes
some-
to a solid color, and you just go through the entire thing.
I lick the whole chameleon suit. Holy
Yeah,
crap!
licking
How
it
big
turns
was
it
this
on.
gun?
It doesn't turn it off.
Oh goodness. Pug's
Yeah,
gonna
no, you
suggest
managed
to
to get
Blowback
through.
that
Gone
we
to the
get
dark
some.
place of
that we
the
get some-
Matrix.
Some giant magnets that we can put on the side of the van. We can swap them out. Like get one that has a giant donut on it. Pretend we're donut delivery. Put another that's got like a ice cream logo on it and put that on there and just swap them out. We're going around, man. If we can't paint this damn thing, at least we can change what we're looking like.
We should get a big tooth on a spring that goes on the
All right.
top.
Well,
Maybe
while
traveling
they're having
dentist.
this discussion,
Yes.
I'm going to check over their work and just double check.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust them, but I don't trust them.
Yeah, you go through it.
Pugs.
The battery modules on the ones that they said they've taken out have been taken out.
Okay.
Pug may
Refining
have been a
my
little strong
AR
when handling
sense.
them.
In fact, I'm just going to sit in the front of the van while they're cleaning out the back. I'm going to drop into hot sim, and I'm going to filter my vision until all I'm looking for is RFID tags.
There
And
are
I'm looking for
none.
any.
It turns out that apparently someone did a good job at Tag Eraser earlier. Deserves some praise.
Well, immediately when I came out of here, I said, who got rid of the tags? So there must have been tags here. I refuse to believe they weren't.
I said, did we fuck up? I kind of peek around the side of the van and look back.
That depends. Who got rid of the tags?
That would be this big mook over here.
Just start pointing fingers.
Yeah, it was terrible. I had to turn off like 5 or 6 other ones. But don't worry, they were really hard to find. Blowback probably would have missed them too, but you probably would have gone us killed if we'd just taken this stuff back.
Yeah, whatever.
You suck. No, really. No, you did a good job, man.
It's just like this scrolling message over and over, and everyone's AR. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
I look at Pug and go,
Middle
we didn't
fingers
fuck up.
all over the place. Middle fingers everywhere.
You did a good job. Almost like
This is why we like Black Sun. He sends this smiley faces and thumbs up, you know.
And you send him money.
You make him feel bad. He's gonna abandon us again. I'm gonna get like $500 bills every 5 seconds. Black Sun also consumes my money like fucking candy.
He does, yeah.
He's like a cash vacuum.
It's like a slot machine.
Have you
It's
finished
the
cleaning
seller's
up at the
market.
back?
What?
Have you finished cleaning up at the back? The blood gone?
Sure. EE, have we finished?
I guess medicine used to sterilizing things. Sure. The blood seems to be gone.
Seems to be.
I mean, all that you can
Here's
see
where
is
EE
gone.
Here's where EE rolls. It's fine.
You spray some, like, what is it? The chemical that you use to make blood fluoresce or whatever under light.
I have no idea what that is. But I know
Basically, you use it for crime scenes. You spray a certain chemical over light, and it binds to the hemoglobin in blood. And then when you run a black light over it, it fluoresces. You spray some of that. You run a black light over it. You can't really see anything. You see a weird stain on the wall, but you can't see anything when the blood was. You're good.
Look,
Luminol. That's it, Luminol.
we keep going through this, okay? It's clear that we keep ending up with bodies in the back of the van, and these bodies are getting incredibly dangerous. They're not talking about Triple Z just waking up and trying to shoot us all. I'm talking about just their blood is dangerous, and things on them are dangerous, and everything just seems to be making our lives harder. How about we just drop some money? I've mentioned it, I think, to Blowback a while ago. Let's get an Ares PED body bag. We'll get some universal mirror material. We'll line the thing so we can just stuff anything we don't want talking to the Matrix inside. We'll get some proper manacles so that if anything does want to be alive again after we've tried very hard to make sure it isn't, it can't do much.
Pretty
We can
solid
stuff that in the
plan.
back too.
I'd be in agreement. You want to head back to the boat now?
Yeah. Hey, Pug, you got any contacts who can fetch that sort of stuff?
I can
None
give
of
a
it is
call.
particularly hard, but I mean,
Okay.
You give me a list, I can make a call.
okay, enough.
What we should do is we'll cut to a break now, and that way you can have a think of what you want on the list, and then you can send it off after the break and drive back to your lair, and then do some discussion about what the hell has been going down recently. We'll be back in about 6 minutes, so please do stay tuned. We won't be going anywhere. We're back in 6
Well,
minutes.
I've got to go get my ferretin. They're out in the run.
That is not a metaphor. Sure, we will catch you guys in 6 minutes.
Shadowrun, a mission by independent mercenaries so as to be deniable to the hiring party. Shadowrunner, an independent contractor hired to do Shadowruns. SIN, system identification number, used to track your digital footprint in the Matrix. The Matrix, an augmented and virtual reality graphics-based network and successor to the old internet. Megacorporation, corporations that the corporate court gives status to based on their vast wealth and power. The Awakening. The Awakening happened at the turn of the millennium, when magic returned to the world. Magic and its return led to mages who could manipulate mana and adepts. Elves and dwarves. Elves stand a little taller than humans. Dwarves tend to be shorter. Orcs and trolls. Orcs and trolls are both bigger than humans. Racism towards orcs and trolls is widespread. Transhumanism. People can now buy cyber limbs, wired reflexes, or synthetic muscles to make them stronger and faster.
Hello and welcome back to Shadowrun Roll4It, where we're playing some Shadowrun tabletop RPG, and things are going interestingly. The group have just managed to dispose of a body, dispose of an ally to his friends alive, and have managed to just about find out that there is some dodgy goings on with nanites and have themselves a sample in a cylinder that is currently wrapped up in some sort of gel cocoon. They've managed to clean a van, so it's been a cleaning stream so far. There was even rolling to clean hands. And now they're getting back into the swing of getting back to the base and going to talk.
That was my
we're going
favorite,
somewhere
rolling
that is
to wash
connected to a
hands.
sewer, so it's probably going to be turning into a pooping stream very soon.
Yeah. You normally do the cleaning after the pooping, just FYI, but, you know, whatever.
Well, what if I'm extra special
That's
friendly?
why I'm
I like
always
to
smelly.
clean before and after.
See, life makes sense now.
Damn, it's flat.
What about that? Toilet deserves to have a clean me as well.
Fair enough. But yeah, no.
Especially if it's like some sort of organic toilet.
As per usual, you can tip to help the runners out. Certain milestones give them extra dice, certain milestones give them extra refreshed edge, and then, of course, at a certain point, they get a favor. The favor being something they've still got 2 of, and they can use any time, including they have some sort of plans to use one of them to sort things with the Irish.
Yes, we should probably put that together.
Yeah. So
Right,
we
so-
get back to you. You are currently in the van, deciding about an order you want to place. Having placed an order for a set of containment manacles, a body bag, a special armored body bag, and some universal mirror material. All of which have been accepted through your certain contacts. The bag and the mirror material can be made for your specifications. Will take a little time. They are more niche items. The manacles are available right now. Like, someone will quite happily tell you that there is a pair of manacles now lying under a bin on a street in between you and your destination, and that will cost you however much manacles cost, which I believe is like 25 to depends on if you want metal or you want plasteel, or if you want containment manacles. Do you want containment manacles, like the proper full-on ones?
I just that roll that I made was for London knowledge, so that I could find a place to park near the boat that would be inconspicuous.
Yeah, there's an alleyway fairly near which has a manhole that is actually on your map. So yeah, you can use that one.
Just parked on top of the damn thing.
That's true. Just park over it, and then I can cut a hole in the bottom of the van, and we can jump down into it like Ninja Turtle style.
No, then we're gonna have a visitor in the van. He's gonna think it's a poop hole. It'd be awful.
Did you want containment manacles? Pseudo.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 250 then. But yes,
Yeah.
they are
Let's
ready.
get 2 sets of them.
2 sets of them. Okay, 500. Yeah, they are ready and raring to go. You collect them on the way. Find them under a bin nearby that's been upturned. These are like full-on forearm, like locking sets that can even fit a troll. They are interlaid sort of metal and plasteel. Certain parts of them appear to be made of some sort of synthetic plastic or glass, like fiberglass or something, and they are super heavy duty. These things, like, no one is getting out of them.
Have we set up a group fund for this sort of stuff, or should I just, for the sake of ease right now, just buy it on my personal?
I was gonna say we should do that with the money we were gonna get for the cyberware. Just put it on a generic cred stick, but that boat's already sailed, so.
No, that's cool. I'll grab the manacles myself. If someone else could pick up the tab for the PED, it's basically an armored body bag, and we're having it lined with universal mirror material, rating 3, which will mean that anything put inside is not going to be able to communicate with the Matrix. It's going to go dark completely, whether that is a person or any gear stuff in there. Likewise, if we stick someone in containment manacles in there, they're not getting out. And also, if we accidentally shoot the body bag, they're not going to die either, because it'll be resistant to it. It's very, very good stuff. You can stick me in there sometimes when I need
Not
to
a
go
bad
hot tip.
plan. Good
Except
thinking,
mirror
man.
mode material. But yeah,
I want
so-
to try these on. Pug's just playing with the manacles.
Okay. Pug tries them on. Pug is now manacled.
Now what?
He's gonna be like, roll to find the key. I said you found the manacles under the
Containment
bin.
manacles are metal. Armor 16 structure 2 and attached to a prisoner's wrists and ankles to prevent them from moving faster than a shuffle or extending cyber implant weapons. So yeah, they have like an entire housing that also goes over your knuckles and stuff. They're chained also to the bit that goes around your feet. They're pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Pug's just got him on his hands. He's not doing the feet.
Okay.
He's
Can
pulling
I
at
put
him.
them on his feet?
Clink clink. You can make a test to try and break them if you want.
No, he's not going to try to break them. He just wants to see how tough they are.
Yeah, so I imagine
They look pretty
you
tough.
Stress them a bit, and then find like, yeah.
We do have
maybe
2
I can-
pairs. I mean, it might be worth it for science.
Sure, though you're buying the next one.
Okay.
No, he's not going to try to break
Okay.
it. He just wants to see
Blow
how
back.
tough it is.
Blow back. Put him in the manacles, and let's see if Pug can break loose.
No, we're not
Besides,
breaking them.
Come on. No, it's fine. It's
Go on, Pug.
250. It was my money. It's fine.
Go ahead,
I'm-
Pug.
I'm
Give
okay
it a
with this
go.
idea.
You guys
I
are
believe in
crazy.
your.
I'm just going to
I
say
believe
that.
in your strength.
Okay.
Okay,
Strength
so
plus
we've
strength.
Like
You're just
in the van though, we have put him in the manacles, properly manacled up in the back of the van.
See,
Just
now we'll
getting this out
know if we have to manacle a troll whether or not he can get out.
there. Yeah.
That was a really good roll too. That was like way above average.
biceps bulging. 8 hits. Let me see. Do I roll? If it's less than the armor, it doesn't take damage because it's an inanimate object. Because it can't take.
Can't take stun.
Because it would convert stun. So yeah. Clink. Clink clink. No.
Okay.
Damn, these are good.
Right. Well, everything is in its place. Let's go.
So we head on back to
So
the.
how do you
to
get
the
these
boat.
things off?
I'm gonna go park in the spot that's next to the manhole.
I'm gonna assume that the manacles can be released remotely.
They
Like
can be wireless if you
wirelessly?
turn the wireless on.
Yeah. I'm assuming we haven't, as with most of our gear, should be wireless off.
Basically,
So,
like you have a key fob, which is also the key, and you can choose to turn the wireless on from the key fob.
Yeah.
It cannot be turned on from the device itself, of course.
Okay. I show him the key fob. This is how you get them off. And then I put it back in his pocket.
You know, at some point we're gonna have to turn the pan back on, and just kind of come what may.
No, it's fine as long as everything is back together. I mean, my gear is back on the pan. You can turn your things back on. It's just that if something is on the pan and I can't see it, if it is on its own, if it's out somewhere and someone can jack in directly, then that causes a lot of problems for us. So,
Okay, did you have a chance to check out the helmet while we were cleaning out the van and make sure it was clean and everything's cool there?
I'm assuming that I did because we didn't do any rolling.
You can check the helmet if you want.
Yeah. Okay, well, see, I did this retroactively then. What do I need to roll for this one?
It would be a matrix perception check.
Oh, excellent.
God, I'm still looking at the garage with the blood all over it and the fire. And
Blood
Deadbolt's
fire.
still alive.
It's the next Elder Scrolls game.
Okay,
Elder Scrolls 6 Bloodfire.
And there we go. 2 successes. That's terrible. I'm
Yeah.
gonna. Okay, we'll go with that then.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be anything there. You look around.
I would actually like to burn a point of edge because I was going to do that until you said.
Use a
yeah.
point of edge, not burn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use a point of edge.
No, I heard
You
burn.
know what I mean. You
Yeah,
know
burn it
what
for
I
my
mean.
helmet. It's worth it.
The helmet lives.
I'll burn you for your helmet.
So how do you get these things open?
I love the idea that he is literally just stuck there. It's like, guys. So I need to roll again, but this time, how many successes how many dice did I roll? I rolled 12 dice. Okay.
Yeah, roll 10
rolled
more.
10 dice now. That's a bit better.
7. You look around. Doesn't appear to be anything in here.
Is it good? Okay. Yeah, it's as clean as I can tell.
Okay.
Seems fine.
Yeah, so you head back to the alleyway nearby. You get out, go into the manhole cover.
Puck doesn't get out. He's still in the manacles.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you guys this, but don't step on the fucking grenade.
Yes, someone remembered. Okay, you avoid the grenade.
Should I
assumed that was
deactivate this thing?
obvious.
Do you guys want me to
assumed that was
deactivate this?
I think we should
obvious.
deactivate it because at some point I'm gonna fall down in there and hit the grenade.
I'm gonna sleep because I don't have any edge right now. This is out of character. In case I fuck this up, because it could happen. I only have 5 in explosives, and I've had bad dice rolls tonight. I'm not trying to instantly kill my character deactivating a grenade. Because Chunky Salsa in a hallway.
Yeah, it would be messy down here.
Okay. Well, beep, beep. Puggy's out of his manacles, whatever. Just step over the grenade. Get inside, okay? Now, sure, we're all gonna take some time to sleep. We've brought down whatever gear was put in to bring down. So I'm assuming the van is by itself. Where is it parked?
Down an alleyway, behind one of the bigger blocks. Lambeth, probably 6 there.
Okay. Blowback, you sure where the van is? It's okay.
It's gonna have to be. I mean, we don't really have any other option until we find a boat with a garage on it and sewer access. That's about the best I could do given where we are. If I could put some invisible paint on the bastard, I could leave it somewhere a little bit less inconspicuous, but that's outside of my price range at the moment.
Okay, you know what? Then let's see if we can get in touch with someone, add a few more items to the list of things that I'd like to get. One of them being a program carrier module for a cyber deck. I've got enough parts from a program carrier module, usually used on cyber decks, but I've got parts from all of the components that I've been taking apart. I can wire it up to the van, and we can run an agent on it. It doesn't need to be a very high rating agent, just an artificial personality. I can set it up to use the van's sensor system just to watch for people messing with the van. That's all it's going to do. It'll just use the van sensor system to check for things. If someone sneaks up on the van, touches the van, does anything to the van, it can just let me know.
Well, I mean, technically, I could just leave the sensor suite on. And
yeah, but
that
who's
would
going to be watching it?
I could have it ping the pan, or I can have it ping me if anything goes wrong physically or in the Matrix.
Can you do that? Is it an automated thing?
Sure.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can just get
comes with
look, is the sensor activated? If yes, ping pan. It's just an if statement.
We can do that. That's a lot easier.
Yeah, it's cheaper as well.
Sure. Yeah, okay, that's
okay.
fine with me.
So Blowback heads inside the base and immediately just heads for his room. He wants to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rest of you?
Well, I had that chat with Blowback as we were going through, but
Okay.
Blowback's dosing down. Pug, do you want to tell me a little bit more about? I'm assuming you're not rushing off to go snuggle up to Blowback anyway, but if you are, be my guest.
Bear in mind that you're all in the same room because the bunk beds exist in the same room as the general lounge quarters.
I haven't gone to the bunk bed. Oh, the bunk beds are in the main living room, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Well, then I'm gesturing at Blowback curling up into his bunk. Might be a bit of a tight squeeze, but I'm
going to lay there and listen. I'm not actively going to be like, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm just going to lay there and listen.
But do you want to fill me in on what happened with Tiny? I mean, details this time. While I was in Wales, I was dark for most of it, but we've got a lot of loose threads right now. We need to start tying some of them up. Some of them are going to come for us, but at least if it's only like 1 or 2 that we can expect, then that's going to be a lot better for us.
Well, I didn't talk to Tiny myself, but from what I understand, he got suspicious of people that were trailing him, and he got suspicious of Large, his business partner. And if he's worried about it, that means either he knows that he's on that list, or he at least knows that people are looking for him. I don't know why he's suspicious of Large, though. He said something about 25,000 million going missing from the gym's funds. That's all I know.
25,000?
25,000. About the time of the fight.
From the back of the room, I add, he also said that people have been subject to personality changes inside of the gym. He said that he's had long-standing customers who have behaved one way, and then the next day they'll be a completely different person, and it never goes back. And he said they're talking about wild personality shifts from docile, normal human beings just
That
there to work out.
Really gets Pseudo's attention. Like, he turns his full attention to Blowback at that point. Did he?
Yeah.
how long ago was this going on? Because this ties into the two that were tailing us who crashed. Completely
Yeah, the two that
outside
were-
of our control.
The two that were tailing us were the ones that he told me specifically to start investigating when he called me in. I don't know if I filled you in on the details of that, but essentially, it's pretty much what Pug said. Only the only thing I would add is that I think also he's pretty suspicious of us. I think in one way or another, he knows that we ran against him in the past, and why he's reached out to us now in order to try and resolve some of his problems is what really has me concerned. Because
Desperation,
maybe,
feeling that we're not connected to the problem, or at least the problem that he's trying to run away from. 25k was the bounty. That going missing is probably... It could easily be a coincidence right now, but it's something that is worth bearing in mind. And personality changes? Did he give any more details about that other than just wild personality changes?
they became violent, they become kind of sullen, standoffish, that sort of thing. My estimation is that that is what happened to the two that were trailing us. He said that they were the ones he could think of that he wanted me to investigate first, who had been poking around and acting a lot differently. At first, I didn't think much of it when he asked, because I figured that Bob was out there dealing, or he was doing something, because we know that the water there was laced with all kinds of crazy shit. It's like bliss and, you know, everything else. And so I figured it was probably just Bob trying to create customers by getting them addicted under the radar. But the stuff he was talking about seems a little bit over the top for drug addiction. I mean, trying to run people off the road in broad daylight and murdering a bunch of people in line at a club, you know, with your vehicle. That seems like more than drugs.
Yeah, to be honest, I've got a feeling there's a lot more. A lot of this is just theories, things I've put together based on just little bits and bobs I've been able to observe. But
well, did you hear or notice anything about Tiny when you were in Wales? Did that come up at all?
His bounty.
What about the large?
It seems they were all involved in a run on a facility. One of Neonet's. I don't know what
Blowback
they
hears
did.
that and sits up against the wall in the bed.
Story time with Pseudo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they did, but that facility was locked down, and I mean really locked down. We're not just talking it was a high-sec facility. We're talking they were attack helicopters. I couldn't get within like almost 400 or 500 meters of the place, of the fences. There was every type of security you could think of there. And the mercs outside, they weren't just rent-a-cops.
Did
Something
they
bad
complete the
happened
run against
there.
them? Like this
I-
run, do you have any details on it, or do we not know?
I know that whatever they did inside, that place got locked down hard. Nothing in, nothing out.
What's our
Lots.
time frame? How long ago was this?
I don't know. Probably a few days before I got there. So we're talking week, 2 weeks ago. Maybe a little bit longer. Look, a lot's been happening. I'd need to pull up my files, but for now, a few weeks ago. And while he's saying that, Pseudo's going to start accessing his files and just reading them in the background while he's continuing to talk.
I'm gonna set up a
Whatever
meeting with
happens-
Tiny tomorrow.
Tiny is involved. So is Large.
Okay.
So is Triple Z.
Well, Tiny's the one who came to us. So either he wants us to take some of the heat off him by getting us involved, or he's concerned about these other runners. There's the only two
Pink
possibilities.
was
I
the
can
other
think
one.
of.
You said you had dealings with Pink before.
Yeah, Pink was the guy that summoned the piss unicorn. I'm sure you remember that debacle.
Yeah.
Anyways, he was the one. Caber apparently needed to get some talisman of fuckery or something from him. And I drove him out there, and then the next thing I know, he's disappearing down a tree stump into a VW, firing guns at me, screaming, "End the corporate oppressors," and I'm being attacked by unicorns.
As funny as that is, whatever they did in that facility, I don't think it went to plan. I don't think this is a regular thing. I don't think they got out clean. Whether they succeeded in what they went there to do, I don't know. But whatever they did stirred up a beehive. A beehive full of awakened bees.
When we talk with Tiny, should we bring that up? Should we bring up what we know? Try to piece things together?
I don't know.
I don't think this is a we thing, Blowback says from the back. He rubs his hand across his head and he goes, Tiny specifically contacted me. Now, he knows in some way I have a connection with you guys. He knows for sure that you're involved with the run that was against him, Pug. So I don't know if we want you there right now until, as far as I can tell.
That's fine. I'm just wondering what you should talk to him about. Because, I mean, at some point, we need to know how much he knows. Because if he's as in the dark as we are, then he's useless to us.
I'm going to hit him with some truth when I talk with him tomorrow. I'm going to shake that tree and just see what falls out. I mean, honestly, I'm going to level with him. He seems like a guy who's on the level. All of my dealings with him so far have told me that he's a stand-up dude.
What about that time that he laid Caber on the floor? You said
he
You said he acted different.
It was
you are telling me about people who's got their personalities changing. That couple were very different up until they joined that gym. A few days after joining, suddenly it was no more selfies in bed together, and instead taking recon pictures of people.
Well, didn't you say there was something in the water there?
At the gym? Absolutely. The water was laced with bliss. It was laced with...
Was it laced with anything else?
Everything and anything you can think of. It was a veritable cocktail.
What I'm thinking of is nanites.
I don't have a sample of the water from there. Or did I? Club. Do I still have that EE? Because we ran that sample with the medkit. Would I still have that in the van?
Yeah, I wouldn't have used up the entire thing. You'd only used a tiny bit. You've got plenty left.
I mean,
it's been sitting there in the van for quite a while now, yeah.
If there were nanites in there, unless you're talking about there being a hive, and even then, I very much doubt there's any nanites left. They don't last that long.
Yeah, it seems like they go dormant.
No, they don't go dormant, they die. They're not built to last. The hive replenishes them, builds more, usually.
What if they are built to be dormant for, like, something new? I mean, let's think about the personality changes in the two that we just saw. What if you could lace them with nanites and then activate them, and then you effectively have control over the organism itself? I mean, it seems far-fetched. It seems like sci-fi, but...
I mean, what... have a much more brooding expression as he starts talking about taking control of people. Look, if you've got a sample, there might be, depending on what the nanite was, there may be something. If there's silicates, if there's trace amounts of metals, maybe they'll break down if there were nanites in there. I don't think they'll be the only ones. I don't know. There's a lot of advances, bad advances usually, but you've got
run the water.
You could go and get another one.
Absolutely. I'm gonna set up a meeting with Tiny for tomorrow. I'll get a fresher sample.
Look, whatever you're planning to do with Tiny, just he is a part of this. What kind of part, I don't know. An unwilling part, an unwitting part, a hostile part, I don't know. But you should be prepared, okay? Don't put all our cards on the table, because you can't assume that just because he seems like he's on the level that he is, especially with all of this going on.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me as the person who tells you everything. He tells you something to make you believe it. And I think you believed him because he seems very honest to you, but I don't think that's the way he really is.
It might have been the way he really was. Whether
that's true.
He is now, I don't know. I don't know much about all of this. All I've got to run on is theories and pieces of a puzzle I've just been able to force together. I don't even know if they're in the right places, but whatever it is, Neonet was doing something in that facility, and my guess is the runner team ran into it. Whether they expected to run into it or what, I don't know. I don't even know why they were there, but they did something. And Neonet locked it down. Facilities don't get locked down like that unless they're trying to do damage control. Or if something got out.
Would it make sense to contact someone else who we know already, like Pink, to try to see if they might be able to divulge some information? Because it doesn't seem like Tiny's going to be the right person for that.
To be honest, I don't think some weird, eccentric tree stump mage who summons unicorns is really going to be talking to us. That's Caver's area.
He seemed to like Caver.
Yeah. We'll have to wait for Caver to get out of Manchester first. That could take a few days. I don't know.
Well,
I'm just
you said we
concerned that
gotta-
if too much is said to Tiny, these people might simply stop existing. They might stop being here. Might not have any
Don't
more
wanna
leads.
Show our whole hand. Sure. You know, it comes down to the carrot or the stick. Are we going to show him a carrot? Or are we going to show him the stick? You can get information out of someone in two ways. If we're going to show him the carrot, then fine. Just don't give him the carrot. Let him know that it's there. Lead him along with a little bit of truth. But don't give him everything. That's all I'm saying. The alternative is hug if you think you could take him. I'm just putting this out there. What I knew of Tiny, I wouldn't want to suggest it, but things have gone really messed up really quick.
Well, what do you want to talk with Tiny about tomorrow? That's probably our first step.
Well, I mean, I'm
Like,
gonna
What
play to
information?
common ground. I mean,
What information do we feel comfortable giving to him? Or would you rather just stonewall and see what he has to say?
I'm gonna tell him I know about the bounty, that the two people that he sent me to investigate are now dead, buried inside of a concrete wall, and that since I took the job, we've been assailed multiple times by professional level assassins, raced off the road, had one of our guys shot by an operator who was so high level that he hit him through a fucking wall with a sniper round, military grade shit. We had to call in a gunship to save our asses, otherwise we wouldn't have made it out of there. I mean, I'm just gonna be like, listen, man, ever since we got into contact with you, our lives have gone to shit. We don't even know who's trying to kill us right now. Now, we know about the Neonet run. We know about the bounty. What's that?
My bet would be Neonet. My bet is that we're not actually the targets. We're just caught in the fallout. We got too close to someone who they're trying to nuke.
I mean, what if that's the reason why Tiny did it in the first place, is he knew he was going down. We were the last people to wrong him, so he brought us in to take the fallout and go out with him. I mean, it could have been like basically a suicide vest for him.
I don't know.
We don't know. We're gonna have to talk with him and see what falls out.
Look,
I'll keep my cyber eyes on the whole time, and
Yeah. Just be ready to bail from their situation. Whatever they did in that facility, Neonet want their heads. Or at the very least, they want their corpses. They might not want it just in a purely revenge sense either. Something went on there that they're trying to black out. And if they came out with something, like if they stole something for them, I don't know. But I've just got a feeling that whatever those runners did, it was they were dealing with bigger fish than they thought. So somewhat similar to us, honestly.
well, there's a big puzzle in front of us, and so I don't know. We got to find the corners. I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Well,
Look, it might be worth you contacting the Irish before you go meet Tiny. I meant what I said earlier. Let's just reduce. Yeah, I don't know. They seem to like you. Maybe you can sweet talk them or something. I don't know. Maybe that contact you have with the Yakuza could do something, or whatever. You could talk with some of Raj's guys. Maybe he owes you a favor. Maybe you can put in a word.
Raj appears to be in deep with the Irish. He might be our best rabbit to get after.
Look, my worry is that we are the target of something. Whether it's just as fallout or collateral damage, or we're the actual target. It would be easier for us to move around if we weren't having to watch our backs constantly for the Irish as well. But that's all I have to say.
Yeah, we'll sort it out along the way. I kind of sigh and fall back on the pillow again.
Alright. Before I go to bed, I am going to gather up the comm links that we've been gathering down. There was one that I took off the sniper. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Making sure that it's off at the moment. Just double checking. Can I'm assuming that it's all been scanned. We checked for RFID tags. I'm not sure if this is possible within the game, so I'm just going to ask you, because obviously Sudo would have an idea for it. Would I be able to direct connect a comlink to it without it going online? Or would I basically have to power it up and then it would be online?
You would have to power it up. The wireless would go on instantly. However, you could power it on inside a jamming field, and it wouldn't go online.
Okay. I am going to... Right. All right, can I use your helmet for a bit? I need to do some work, need the jammer.
I go, from bed.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So I set that up. I just find a table, set up the jamming field, get the comlinks out. I use one of my throwaway comlinks. Let's see... Transys Alpha. I just use the data cable, hook it up. And while it's in there and I'm just hooked in, what rating is this comlink?
I believe it was a rating 5.
Okay. Right, well, given that then, I'm going to have Byte run diagnostics on the comlink I'm using, because I'm basically just hacking it through the comlink right now. Boom, let me drop its things. Okay, so 6 extra dice and an increased limit. Alright, I am going to hack on the fly.
Doesn't your hack on the fly use your living persona, though, rather than the device you're on?
Not if I'm going through a comlink. Oh, wait, no, the comlink doesn't have a sleaze attribute.
Yeah, it can't hack. You'd have to hack using your living persona.
Okay, how can I do that in the jamming field?
Like, literally, you can stand outside the jamming field and have the comlink, like, and
Alright,
you can talk to the comlink.
We'll hack that way then. That's fine. Okay. Right then, so for hack on the fly, we need
Twitch just reminds us Lone
hacking
Star
plus
Freeze.
logic. Yeah, Lone Star Freeze, always Lone Star Freeze.
Well, Pug's gonna head to bed.
Yeah,
He's still
that's fine.
debating whether he should hit up Bob in the morning like he had planned on.
Okay, so what are you doing to it?
I'm trying to do hack on the fly.
Hack on the fly.
I'm going to edge that as well.
Okay.
Because I've just got a bajillion edge.
Bajillions.
You get 1 mark.
Okay, right. Can I get the details, just basically just the base level interrogation of the comlink, like the name of the person who it's registered to, that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's registered to a John Doe.
Very creative, this fella. Okay. All right. To be able to see files, I only need 1 mark, don't I?
I believe so.
Because it's just matrix perception at that point.
Yeah, like, let me just check. Like, where's edit file? Edit file, yeah, 1 mark.
Okay. Right, well, I'm just looking for the... I'm going to check for the data bombs, I only need to have that 1 mark to be able to see them. Is that right? It's just matrix perception test on that?
You need to do a matrix perception test.
Yeah. I'm going to roll matrix perception looking for data bombs. That is just a matrix perception, is it? It's not like a specific... Okay, cool. So I was never entirely sure about that. If there was a special... I know there's a special skill for disarming them, but I was wondering if there was one for finding
Yeah,
them
I
as
think you have to roll, and then it's a threshold is the rating of the bomb.
well. Okay. I've got 4.
4? Okay, so from your point of view, because you don't really have a host to be inside of, you kind of build this in your mind, and you think about it, and you see effectively just being inside a little
I could
bubble.
be doing it from inside the host of the Belfast. This is a host that I'm effectively an owner of.
The comlink isn't attached to the host, though.
That's
Comlink is in a
true.
jamming field.
Yeah, that's true, actually, yeah.
And and basically you're refusing any connection up through your
Yeah.
comlink, so it can't. So effectively for
Oh,
you,
that's fine.
you're in this like little bubble. And you just see files appear around you like an interactive, file interface system, which it is. It's a graphical interface system. And as soon as you look around and you focus very, very hard looking for bombs, you just look around and you see mines. Every file, other than the very, very boring files, every file has a mine on it in true Minesweeper fashion.
True Minesweeper. The whole field is now a Minesweeper board. That's fantastic. I love this game. But is there any way for me to work out what the rating of the bombs is from the Matrix Perception test? Do I know what they're
yeah, sure. They're rating 3.
Okay. Okay, well, I could do this myself.
Yeah, do it.
But I'm going to be boring, and Glitch is going to appear beside me. So I'm summoning my data sprite.
A Glitch is one that looks like a load of code that just sort of coalesces and...
My crack sprite has been summoned.
It appears beside you, and it sort of looks around. It doesn't really have eyes, but you get the feeling it looks around. And its code sort of shudders, seeing what's around it.
Fantastic. That is the correct response to be given in this situation. Okay, I'm basically going to have... how many files are we talking with looking for images?
Well, most of them, the mines represent the fact that there are multiple, there is a higher rating. There are actually 3 distinct mines here.
Okay, so 3 different tests. I can easily have Glitch run all of those. I'm just bringing up Glitch's stats. Just taking a second.
What kind of Pokemon is Glitch?
It's basically a bunch of code that doesn't make any sense. I'll be right back.
Electric. Dark.
She got up onto the table, didn't you? I was wondering about that. Good on there. Naughty Midna. Right, okay. Sorry about that.
One of your sprites are just wandering in the background.
Yeah, it's just rustling things. It's like, no, get down from there. I told you no. Bad Glitch. Trying to hump one of the mines. Okay, right. So to disarm a data bomb, let me see.
You need to do
Disarm data bomb is software plus intuition versus 2 times data bomb rating.
What type is it? What's it limited by?
Limited by
firewall. Okay. Disarm data bomb. So I roll 6.
Mm-hmm. And it's software plus intuition, which for...
And you need a net hit.
Yeah, which for a crack sprite is 7 plus... Intuition, let me just check what that corresponds to in the living persona. I always forget which one's which. Intuition is sleaze. Oh, okay. That's not too bad then.
Okay, we're up to another die. You've used how many so far? 2. So you've got 5 die, and you have a refresh point of edge if anyone would use it.
Yay!
Got them goodies.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and that's limited by firewall.
Wow.
Okay, so Glitch goes over to one of
roll.
the mines, and sort of tendrils of code come out and start playing over it.
That is an awful roll for 11 dice. Oh
no.
Oh no. Bomb goes off.
And
Glitch.
pokes it in a couple places. And as its code sort of goes into it, and it thinks it's just about got it, it moves towards it.
Explosion.
You hear a click. And this rolling ball of fire envelops Glitch. That would be
Oh, Glitch.
4d6 damage. So it's rating 3d6 damage.
Oh no.
You have to resist 10 points of matrix damage.
Right. What does one roll to resist matrix damage?
For your sprites,
Yes. This is the question.
firewall plus
Yep.
Normally it would be, for you it would be like willpower, because the willpower is your firewall attribute.
Well,
So I think it'd be firewall, because you don't have biofeedback filters, do you?
firewall, wouldn't it?
No, it's firewall, plus any biofeedback filter or
For a
armor of any
sprite,
kind.
though, because sprite is an entirely separate.
They don't have a biofeedback filter, do they, though?
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure they just roll firewall then. Because
Because
it
they've
would
got-
say in their thing if they had armor or a biofeedback
Because they've
filter
effectively
equivalent.
got their living persona.
Um,
Most devices roll firewall ×2 if they're resisting, if they don't have a user connected to them.
what if chat knows?
Chat,
I'm
we
gonna
need
ask
help.
chat. Trying to find the section now for technomancers. Matrix spotting
Well, I
table.
know when devices are resisting, like when you're attacking a device, but it can't. It hasn't got a master, and it hasn't got a user. Like it's not.
Yeah,
logged
but
in.
the sprites themselves
It
are their
was-
own user.
Yes.
Firewall ×2, a lot of people are saying. They don't seem too certain, but we're going to go with firewall ×2 then.
Okay. Mention. Your case is 8 + 8. Limited by. Oh, it's not. There isn't a limit on defense roll, is there?
No.
It resisted 5 points of damage. That
Okay,
is-
so Glitch staggers away from the cracked remnants of the files.
Glitch
These sort
isn't
of
happy.
Word documents just have exploded and papers are just flying off them now. Smoke. Bits of shrapnel of different bits
Okay.
of code.
So that's
Glitch
one
has a
line
number
gone.
of bits of code that are now just unraveling away from it. Like, you know when you like have like a bit of
Bleeding code.
yeah, like a spinning object, which is just like a reel of paper, and then it just starts spooling paper off everywhere. Like when you spin a toilet roll really fast, or the kitten gets a hold of it and just starts yanking it. Like bits of code just spinning off, flying off Glitch now.
Yes. Okay, so let me just double check. That is fine.
And that deserves a change in music.
Yes. Oh, Glitch. Also, Midnight wants to get back in the cave. Cool. I think on that note. There we are. Right, so.
That
we-
was history.
History. So that was like call history and stuff like that. Okay. Next, we'll go for contact list.
Okay, so that will be the messenger system. The messenger system being covered by one data bomb. Yeah.
So. Don't mess this up, Glitch.
That's better.
Oh, that's much better.
I can't beat that.
You can't beat it, no. You can give it a try. You got
Nope.
one success.
The mine. Click. Doom, doom, doom. It just evaporates.
Fantastic. Right, so I've
you
got
don't have-
the contact list of this
Yeah.
comic. Do I recognize any of the names that we've been seeing a lot of lately?
Yes, you recognize a few names. A lot of them are just names you don't recognize, as in they seem sort of like code names or like almost runner names, people you just don't recognize at all. There is Large.
Yep.
There is Tiny. There is Kevin, brackets, cargo, close brackets. There is Jake, Eckhard. There is Bob, and then it says brackets, low life junkie, close brackets.
Pretty good description, actually. Accurate.
And there's a few other names that you also don't recognize.
It's
A
fine.
lot of people who are named Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3, Alpha 4.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And just to confirm, this is basically Shooter's comic.
Yes,
isn't it?
yes.
I know it's John Doe, but I recognize his face as Shooter. Okay. And so what's the third file?
You, by the way, you'd also have hold of the messaging system.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to look at the
So-
messages, you can.
Right. Yes. Okay. Let's go through
Okay.
the. If I've got access to the whole messaging system, yeah.
Yeah, the issue is you don't have access to the history, so you only have access to emails that are currently, like, messages that are currently in his box.
Yeah.
that haven't been deleted. And you look through it. It looks like a number of them do get deleted after a certain time. It looks like you look and there is an automated program that deletes messages after 24 hours. However, the last 24 hours you do have messages for. You have a message saying they should be going to a doctor sometime now, I think. I'm checking where they're going. The location seems good. I think I know the place. And there's a GPS tag. And that one is from Large.
Okay, now that's very good.
There's another one slightly earlier that says Deadbolt stuck the Ponzi elf and managed to get a blood sample. Going to track them. Hopefully get them all together. Need you to provide Overwatch.
Ponzi,
Who's that
what's that
from?
mean?
Means effeminate man.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Also,
there's-
good description.
Another one before that.
Who was that one from? That message? Deadbolt stuck the elf.
Large.
That was from Large as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another one from Large, which says... I'm trying to think of the timeline here, because I'm trying to go backwards. Going to talk with Tiny later. Going to try and persuade him to our side. And we'll try and introduce him to one of our group. Hopefully it will take, unlike last time.
Okay, now that is very interesting. Any other interesting messages?
That's the last one you have from Large.
Okay.
Oh no, actually there is one before that, but it's a reply to a message and you don't have the message because it was in the outbox history.
Okay.
This though says, okay, I'm on my way. Be at cargo in 5 minutes.
Okay.
You also have a message from Deadbolt, which says, "Ha, yeah, that was really funny. We'll try and sort it out." You have no idea what it refers to.
That's fine.
Not about the adjacent messages.
Okay. And that's pretty much it for the messages that were just sitting there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's the last file that's got a bomb on it?
This is the file system itself, any stored documents. Any particular pictures, any documents themselves that have been saved, particularly as files, or any sensory data, or films, music, etc.
All right. Very well. In this case... Dum, dum. Please give me a good roll. Yes! Glitcher knows how to do work. That would have been a good success. That would have been okay.
Click! And it evaporates into sort of a shattered smoke.
For those wondering why I'm doing this instead of Glitch, it's because Glitch rolls a lot of dice. Also, if Glitch dies, I don't.
Yep.
If I get hit by a data bomb, my brain starts to bleed.
Okay, so you open
Wait,
up.
do you even have blood in your brain?
I'm going to assume
Pug,
that
that's
was a
racist.
character comment from Pug. Yes.
I thought it was just like a toaster with an on-off switch, you know?
Of course I've
Water
got blood in
cooled.
my brain. Water cooled. Got liquid. Just cooling fluids moving around in my brain. Yeah. Okay, so I've got all access to all documents.
The music
Oh,
seems to be
God.
mostly chill, sort of modern, sort of chill out
Chill
techno.
Trance,
There's in
yeah,
fact
okay.
some sort of mild, sort of low-level trance of stuff. There's also a lot of sounds of ocean shores and dolphins.
Okay, I leave those ocean shows and dolphin stuff, but I'm downloading the trance onto my
Okay,
phone.
the ocean shores and dolphin stuff seems to have been played most recently. The timestamp on it does say about the time that you were getting shot at.
This dude was listening to classical music and shit while he was blasting fools. How does that make you feel?
No, he's listening to dolphins. That's even worse. Just like that's not classical.
He
That's-
needs
that's
fucking
people.
relaxation sounds. He needs
That is wrong.
soundscapes.
Those are his people.
He was having his ears massaged by Flipper. But okay,
It's the only time
well I'm
he
gonna
feels
start that
comfortable.
playing then. While I look through the rest, and I expect you to keep this up. Right. So what are the documents have we got? Just remember, you did this yourself, EE. You made
Yeah.
this, Rod.
You also got pictures. You have a set of pictures of Kaba, of yourself, of Pug, of Blowback.
Who looks the sexiest out of the four? Like, who's got the
Oh,
best,
was-
like, Jason Statham face on?
Yeah, did he have them organized by his most popular versus least popular?
You're like, which one did he look at the most? This is important to
Did
me.
he have like hot or
The most
not?
recently accessed would have been Kaba.
Okay.
Ah, he's into that. I got you.
Don't be so disappointed.
He's got some more recent pictures of Kaba, including one of Kaba standing at the end of an alleyway with a pair of legs at the top of the picture, just out of, like, the rest of the person's out of view, just standing on nothing.
Okay. All right. Interesting. I will download all of those pictures as well.
Okay.
In terms of the pictures of Pseudo, like, well, actually, we'll look over the pictures later, but effectively, Pseudo is going to look over them, see how identifiable where those pictures were taken.
It looks
that
like
sort of
pictures were
stuff.
taken off of a CCTV camera in Cargo.
So it was cargo to CCTV. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But there were also pictures of you taken from inside a high-powered scope in an alleyway.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
That's to be expected.
In addition, there are the selection of photos that you found earlier, which include things like Mikhail in the Russian mob, a certain MP, and a few others. These all actually have data attached, however, now, though.
Ooh,
and some
okay.
mild profiles and write-ups.
Yes, let us look at these mild profiles and write-ups.
Okay, so Mikhail, it has initial profile on him. Off the top of my head, it says mage could be useful to buff our magical cores, and then it has down below some more details about him, particularly his life, what position he holds. He holds basically the position of advisor to the Russian mob boss. Inverted commas, because these are the translations from the Russian equivalent.
Yeah.
And then there's a note added afterwards which says successfully appropriated. Looks like he's taken well. Should be useful. And there's a note afterwards which says going to contact him about getting one of the front firms to lease a drone for use against the problem.
Right, okay.
The MP, there's just some notes there. It says, might be useful as a more long-term goal. Short-term isn't be able to sort out our current issues. However, long-term might be useful to be able to get more influence and be able to then get a new vector to spread.
Okay.
The notes on your team, generally for all of you, they're pretty similar, which is initially, they generally talk about how useful it would to have people with your skill set. They're a little bit worried that you may be a bit newer to this and not as professional, but it says that it doesn't really matter provided that the take is good and that they manage to implant properly. And then it says notes that, in fact, you're being a bit too troublesome. If you can be turned quickly, good enough, otherwise to just eliminate you as soon as possible. That note having been added just about after you got into a car chase.
Right, okay. Anything else?
There's a note on, I believe, Twin, who's an elf gunslinger, who you saw a picture of
Yeah.
before.
I recognized.
Bit of a hothead. If we can take her and implant properly, should be useful for the cause. However, no real high-level context to speak of. Perhaps more and more of the ones to be done in Phase 3. There are pictures of the two who were driving in that car chase trying to get you from the gym. Says two possibles from the gym. Should be easy to convert them enough. We'll try the orcs doping against them. And there's a picture of Bob as well. Says won't try to convert him as he seems to have resistance to nanites from our first implant. Instead, we'll try and strong arm and see if we can use a new vector since he hangs around the gym a lot.
All right.
Is there anyone else you had a picture of off the top of your head? I don't think there...
Let me have a quick look through my notes. Bodyguard from the Irish mob.
Bodyguard from the Irish mob. Similarly to Mikhail and the politician, it talks about the ability to have an extra vector into another group. If we can spread via this group, it may be useful to get hold of certain key figures in the Irish mob and be able to use them for our own causes. However, not immediately important as currently we are spreading in another direction, and maybe this could be delayed until after that.
Okay. The last one was the female elf with golden hair.
Okay. Works as a double agent for Neonet. Should be particularly useful to implant because then we can have direct access into the corporation and free more of ourselves.
Okay, that was literally that was the jackpot right there.
We need to get into room 116, and it is possible that her superior has a key.
It said that she was a double agent for Neonet. Right?
Yes.
But that it would be useful to implant her. So he was talking about her. She is a double agent, but it would be good if we.
She's a double agent for Neonet. Would be useful to implant her. Then she can help more of our fellows be free. It's possible her superior has access to room 116, and we can get a key.
Okay. That was literally the jackpot on that comment.
Once we have enough firepower, it's possible that we can return and expedite matters. There is also a picture of Tiny.
Okay.
Initially, subject proved difficult to implant, and will to turn away from running in the shadows meant that it would be more difficult to be able to absorb him into our group. Have hired some runners, just make sure to keep an eye out on them to make sure they do their job properly, and manage to get him back on side. Once he turns back into the life of running after no longer being able to be professional, we should be able to convert him relatively easily. Then there's a few more notes dated later. Those notes include such things as he's becoming suspicious, it's worth following him. And there's a number of things about where he went and what he did. One of our members spotted him talking with Blowback. We may need to expedite matters sooner than planned. It might be preferable to try and get Tiny on side, otherwise we'll just have to send a large dose to him.
Okay.
It would be preferable to an upright fight.
These guys are everywhere.
Yeah, fucking synths, man.
And
Okay.
there is a picture of Pink on here as well.
Okay. Pink is also there, right?
Although successfully implanted in the first outbreak, has experienced aberrant behavior worth watching.
Wasn't he like that before?
Maybe it wasn't his fault. Maybe it was the nanites.
And there is an additional note on yours I forgot to mention, Pseudo. On yours,
Pseudo, okay.
yeah. On yours it says, due to unique abilities, unsure how the implant will hold. Once he has been implanted, it'll be worth giving extra focus to him. Pugs, you have a note that says, implant should be relatively successful considering the amount of augmentation. Blowback has something similar, but not to such a degree. Kaber, it has a note saying, unknown if any augmentation has taken place, unlikely.
Oh well. Suraj's got another list of some organization that wants to poke around inside his brain. God damn it. It's getting a very long list now. Does not like it.
Oh, yeah. And it also says it's got an extra file attached for you, Pseudo. I forgot about that one.
For Pseudo, okay.
Yeah. In addition, it seems that we found out from, and this name is completely redacted as well, because it relates to a history link, that he has some connection with the Grid Overwatch division. Unknown why, but they certainly want him bad. It would be interesting to see what we can dig out of his head when we successfully implant. It is possible we either don't overwrite completely, or that we maybe interrogate him first to find out what is going on. He may have useful information or may be able to free more of our siblings.
This sucks, because the other two just sleeping over there in I haven't got a care in the world land
I'm
like,
sleeping.
"Oh,
I'm sleeping with a smirk on my face because I knew I was right about Tiny, and you getting the biggest "I told you so" ever tomorrow.
Tug is just drooling all
normal
over.
stuff. And then I'm just sat here
A
just
big,
reading out how people want
big
to
blob of
eat my
drool
brain.
lands on Blowback's face.
God damn it!
That's what you get. Okay. Well, that wasn't very good. Sure. That was very unsettling. So I jack out. I lose focus for a moment. My head starts to lull, and then it snaps back as I reboot my brain to clear any Overwatch score from hacking.
Yeah.
And like I imagine throughout all of that, probably no more than like 2 minutes has gone by because Suda was just
Yeah.
grabbing all of this information, just pulling
Yeah.
it straight out. All right. Well, I'm dismissing my sprites. Long lasting, go to
Okay.
sleep, especially glitch. I tell glitch it has been good today, but it needs to go back and repair itself. So I'm just popping that back, dropping off bite, and I think only bite and glitch were left out because I'd already sent bit back to bed. Okay. Okay. Right. Given that, like, the other two are sleeping, Suda's gonna go to bed. But first, you know, this is not good times. He's quite anxious, so he's gonna use one of the. He's gonna get out this little pipe, kind of like a steampunky pipe.
Yeah.
He's kind of got a little kind of almost like a steampunk skull on the actual pipe bowl, and he's gonna just take some Zen before he goes to sleep.
Blaze it.
Yep. You can't sleep like that after getting that kind of info. You need something to send you to a good place.
See,
Otherwise,
chat has a
the
good
bad place
suggestion.
comes.
Chat has suggested that we use a favor to just remove the existence or even the concept of nanites from all time. Just gone.
Forget all your preparation and storyline writing.
Here's this
Forget
favor.
noise.
The nanites,
Reset.
they've all been captured and taken back. End of.
Yeah,
It's all over.
they're
And
in
the
nanite
second
prison now.
favor, I want a castle with a moat of milk, where I've got fire-breathing cats that I can ride like raptors.
Nice.
That's the other favor that I want.
The milk
Because
is
you know,
off.
it's about in the same sort of ballpark as let's remove all nanites. May as well have a milk castle moat.
Yep, makes complete sense.
Raptor cats. Okay, but yeah. So what do I need to roll for that, or can we just say I rolled it? Because he's going straight to bed. You'll have to remind me on what I need to roll on using Zen.
Oh, let me find out. I have it here, just for such an occasion. It would be not there.
Pseudo on Zen imagines himself in a milk-moated castle. Yeah. This is like riding
Addictions.
fire-breathing cats. Don't we all imagine that when we're on Zen?
Okay, so Zen, I think, is psychological. So it's logic plus willpower plus 11 minus addiction rating versus addiction threshold. So let me just look it up.
Okay.
Zen's very mild.
Yes, that's why he uses it. Mild, but it sends him to his happy place.
Zen using toxins.
Sorry, it was logic
Drugs.
plus willpower.
I'm just getting the page now.
Nice.
Zen. Plus 8. Logic plus willpower plus 8.
Logic plus willpower plus 8. Wow, that's a lot to add. Where's the 8 come from?
11 minus the addiction rating.
Right, okay. So boom. And what's the limit?
I don't think there is a limit.
Okay.
There's no
100 is my
limit.
Donk. 8 successes.
Yeah, you needed 1 to not resist it. Like,
good.
you're good.
I'm old hat at
If
this.
chat's wondering, these are house rules from Runner's Hub, one of the Shadowrun forums where they play. It makes it a lot quicker to go through addiction and allows you to do it in the middle of a session rather than in between. And every time you take a drug, you roll it. So it's easy to go on stream and go, by the way, someone's now addicted. And it's also a lot fairer because in the raw rules, you get addicted and die every time. It's horrific.
Darn.
And it also makes you roll like every 10 minutes or something. So this makes it a lot simpler. And also, Zen, really easy to avoid. You're fine.
The joy of Shadowrun. Everything has to take forever.
Yeah. So you go to bed, Pseudo, and you start dreaming about just little gribbly like nanites, but they're actually much, much larger than you, like giant walking crabs with 8 legs, and coming to take your brain. And you're chased away until you're chased toward this big looming mouth that you somehow just recognize as a certain AI from your past. It just tries to devour you whole. And inside, you just find a load of Grid
This
Overwatch.
is my happy place. I took
Grid
time to go to my
Overwatch
happy
division
place.
members. Just
This is
who
very
point
much not
guns
my
at
happy
you.
place. This is really not my happy place. Like I
And
imagine,
all
like
of them
Bad
turn into
trip,
large, and then all of them go, "We've been looking for you."
outside, whilst the others are sleeping, the lights are just going crazy on the ship right now. The host is going mad. Just the lights flickering on and off.
Yep.
It's not good times.
Don't toast all our guns again, man.
No, it's okay. He doesn't tend to do that in his dreams.
Yeah, Pug and Blowback. I would like you to roll willpower plus perception.
My happy place has been invaded. Wow, Pug, that is an interesting roll.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure that's what you meant, though.
Okay, 2 and 1. That's fine. Yeah, so you manage to sleep relatively calmly, even though you do occasionally sort of wake up to see Pseudo sort of writhing about, covers all over the place. But yeah, you managed to hold a pretty good night's sleep between you. You wake up the next day. You've been awake for a long time, doing a lot of taxing stuff. So you sleep for quite a while. But in the morning, stretch, get out of bed.
Take my pill.
You take your pill. And yeah,
Day
I would like you to
after
roll
pill.
body plus 3.
That's very good, because Pseudo had actually set your comlink to go off a little AR alarm when you needed to take your pills.
Bing! And a giant pill appears and it goes, "Eat me! Eat me! Eat me!"
Unfortunately, Pseudo forgot to make it so that you could turn it off.
Eat me! 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 Eat me!
That look on his podcast.
God!
Eat me! Eat me! Eat me! Eat me! Eat me!
I turned the volume down. Like,
There's just a little pill there going like
and I
this.
flick him in my AR. It's like, he flies off.
Just drag some weird ad on top of it so it won't see it.
Drag some porn over the front of it.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Oh, man.
Yeah, your fever feels a little bit stronger this morning, and as you get out of bed, you almost slip because you just don't expect the floor to be where it is, and you feel slightly dizzy and groggy.
Shit.
Why is the floor not on the ceiling? Damn.
I know. Seems like such an intuitive place to put the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, when I get up, I'm gonna phone Tiny.
Okay.
And it, like, very, very quickly. Yeah, Blowback, is it you?
Yeah, it's me. We need to set a meet.
I mean, I can meet you later. I'm meant to be meeting, Large for an early morning business meeting.
Do yourself a favor and don't.
Why not?
Just we need to talk about things. Ever since you hired me, shit's been hitting the fan, and I'm like really, really convinced that Large is involved.
Well, I mean, he'll be suspicious even more if I don't go to this business meeting.
If you're gonna go, you need to be very, very careful, man. I don't know what he's up to, but something seems off right now. Like, we need to talk really, really badly. We shouldn't put this off.
I mean, okay, I could probably go to the meeting late and see you now if you want.
Yeah, that'll work. Do you have a safe place you want to meet up at?
Well, we've got some, safe houses that we used to use when we ran. Can meet you at one of those.
I feel as though it might be safer if we stay on the move. Can I pick you up somewhere and we can just ride and talk?
Yeah, sure. You could pick me up out front of the boxing club if you want.
Okay. You want to set it? Does Large know about the boxing club?
He owns half of it.
I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about the gym. Don't. I can't pick you up there. You should probably walk a couple blocks away just to make sure we aren't followed or anything like that.
Okay, that seems like a good idea.
All right, man. I'll see you in 15.
Okay.
So I take my predator and I stow that away. Where are my teammates at?
Well, Pseudo's still thrashing around, having horrible nightmares, and the lights are still flickering on the boat.
Pug's asleep. Yeah, he almost drowned yesterday. He's taking a nice nap.
I tap Pseudo on the shoulder.
He just wakes up. Don't hit me! Don't hit me!
Some of the light bulbs literally just surge and pop.
I'm going to meet Tiny right now, man. I just figured I'd let somebody know where I was headed.
Okay. I imagine it would take Pseudo a couple of seconds, to, wild-eyed, just trying to gather his wits. But it would. It's not like he's a stranger to having dreams about Deuce. So he'd snap out of it after a few moments and what? Sorry, bad night. What? Where are you going?
I've got to meet with Tiny in about 20 minutes. He said something about going and meeting with Large, but I talked him out of it. I'm going to go pick him up and we're going to discuss what's going on.
Good. Don't let him meet Large.
Oh, yeah? Why's that? I mean, we know he's up to something, but why shouldn't he meet up with his business partner?
It's going to take me too long.
Well, here.
Large?
Leave my...
No, I'll come with you.
Okay, you want to come? All right.
Yeah. But is Pug going to be alright here? Look, we probably shouldn't leave any of us alone right now.
I wouldn't bring Pug along. He was involved in the run against Tiny.
Shit, yeah.
You weren't there, so you could get a pass. He doesn't know anything about you aside from what other people might have mentioned. He's suspicious of me, but he contacted me for some reason. But Pug was directly in front of the limelight, so I'd be careful about that one. What we could do is you could stay here with Pug, and I'll leave my goggles on, and just feel free to interject what you want me to say and what you want me to know as we go through the conversation.
Fine, okay. I'm not a big fan of being at a meet anyway, but look, there's a lot of stuff. I dug around in that comic I got last night.
Mm-hmm.
I found out a lot. Large is deep in this. Tiny is... I don't know. He's either with them by now or he isn't. If Large was setting up something, I don't know. They're trying to make a move quick. So
what do you mean
we may be fast enough. Nanites. Oh, look, just go get in your van. I'll filter through the data and I'll send her across. Just I need some time to get my head in right shape.
I head up to the van and then I head to the meeting spot with Tiny.
Okay. What in order to make this faster than me just literally repeating everything he said, what I'm doing here is Pseudo's going to basically make bullet points of everything he learned last night and feed them to blow back.
I think it's fair to discuss exactly what you picked up, because I gave you bullet pointed information and you can extrapolate based on what you already know. You now have a very good idea of what's going on, and I think that it would be good for you to elucidate, especially for chat as well.
That's cool then. That's cool. Right. So as Blowback's going on his drive,
by the way, as soon as Blowback opens the door, there's a small bit of light between the door and where the culvert to the sewer begins, and you notice in the sewer, hi, is David, the ghoul.
Hey, David.
Don't suppose you've got any meat to spare? Make a perception check.
Oh yeah.
What was my perception here?
David currently looks like a little bit like an old man who's sort of glossy, sort of slightly yellow tinged skin that looks a bit ill, very sort of sheen of sort of sewer water over most of his body, long bedraggled hair at the back, slightly more pointed teeth and overly sharp nails that have kind of turned into like almost talons. 3 hits. You notice that the hand that he had at his waistband with a ring on it is now just a finger.
Nah, Dave, I ain't got any food right now. I mean, I can keep an eye out for you, though, bud.
It's been like 24 hours. I'm hungry.
Have we got any like supplies down here?
Yeah, there's like a stack of military rations, effectively. Designed to be chucked into like a soy processor, and they come out in different flavors.
We need human.
Yeah.
A rat scurries past me.
I tell David, don't worry too much, pal. Pretty soon there's going to be more bodies than you could possibly eat.
Please. I'll go on, please. I need them. I need the bodies.
Believe me, pal, you're going to be stuffed to the gills by the end of this one.
Okay. And he just
He
turns
does
around.
that frighteningly well, by the way.
Starts walking
Lay low
away.
for a little bit.
That's not a face that you can just act. That's a face that you have to have lived.
You
It's a
see,
face you have to unlock.
2 nights out of every week, he's actually a ghoul.
Hang out in the sewers. Rent free. But yeah, David turns around slowly and starts padding off down the sewer.
So you said I noticed light in the doorway of the
There
the
was a
light
little
from-
sliver of light that comes in between the bank and the edge of the ship. And as he goes away, you hear like echoing down the pipe. Rat's not so bad. If you just make sure you have something else around the time eating as well, you can supplement your diet with it. It quietly goes away as he walks further away.
Oh God! All right, so I'm gonna perception the van real fast.
Okay, you go up to the van, see that it's a van.
Yeah.
It's pink.
The pink van.
Yeah.
Did anything trip the sensors? Nothing tripped sensors the entire time.
No, not last night.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get in, and I'll head to the meeting spot with Tiny.
Okay. All right. Well,
Okay.
Pseudo's going to make himself a soy calf. I'm assuming that is a dispenser here.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
facilities make something. Yeah.
Basically, it's got a
Anthony's-
military equivalent dispenser that's
Yeah.
designed to provide chow for a small barracks or something, stable to the wall. You put in these normal packs that just have one of like everything that's required, and you can churn out most basic soy things, including soy calf.
Okay. Well, once he's had his drink, probably just a few minutes, probably just as long as it takes Blowback to get up and have a look at the van, honestly. He sits down at the table, and by the way, I made sure that the door was sealed after Blowback left,
Okay.
and etc. etc. No Howdy Davids allowed. At that point, I contact Blowback, vocally through our comments, right? So I was looking through the files. I lost some of them, but what I did find, it was enough. The dots, they've started to make a pattern. Still, some of this is theory, but I'm fairly certain on specific topics. Large is no good. Large is at the head of something. The ones who have attacked us were working on his orders, or at least they were working in concert. It's been going for a little while. The gym, they're doping people. I don't know. They talk about resistance. I'm pretty certain this is nanites. I'm pretty certain they're doping people with nanites, and that's why they're changing. I don't know how they're changing.
Was it Bob, like I suspected?
Bob seems to be involved, but he doesn't seem to be infected. See something about orcs and resistances. They seem to fight it off. I don't know, but Bob is complicit. They've either leaned on him or given him something. They've made it worth his while, or whatever they've done. But he's working with them, and it seems that the gym is how they're spreading this stuff around.
What about Tiny?
Tiny's a question mark. They've tried. He seems to have resisted. The whole thing about getting him messed up, Raj was working for them. I suspect unknown to him. But that whole run, messing with Tiny, getting him out of the game, making it harder for him to go legit, that was all part of their plan. It was nothing to do with rigging a bet. That was just the carrot on our stick. They led us by the nose. They led us up to doing that. Now he's been trying to leave the shadows, and that's what they didn't want to happen. So by pushing all of the drug issues on him, it's driving him back. And they're hoping to get him.
Okay.
If he's still okay, and he might be if he was going to speak with Large, I mean, they are looking to go all in on this. They don't want to lose him, and they're ready to throw everything at it. They don't want to straight up fight, though, so they're looking a large dose. That's something that he's not going to be able to resist. So I suspect if he'd gone to that meeting you said was going to happen with Large, that would have been it for him. You might have saved him.
Can you send me proof of all this?
I can send you the files. I can't. I'm drawing lines between dots. I can only send you the dots. But yeah, a lot of the stuff with Large, that was actual comlink data. That was message history. Sure, I'll send that over. Okay. But there's other stuff going on. And as I said before, it all traces back to Neonet. It all traces back to the facility in Wales. They did something, and by the seams of it, something got out either on them or with them or in them, which is what I'm suspecting. And it is getting bad. They're looking to consolidate power. They want to go back. They've got files on all of us. They were looking to convert us. Whether, I don't know, like Bob just convinced us to work with them or more untoward, but it seems that they've got contingency plans or had them until we started being more trouble than we were worth. They were the ones who got the bomb. The drone, whatever that was a Russian front operation. The advisor to the boss, he's one of them. He helped set that up.
Okay.
This goes deep. It
seem
goes
to
really
like
deep.
Pug.
The Russians, the Irish, all of this. Even the elf who you were working for, the boat job. I mean, I only have the data from your comlinks to go off, but it seems that she's someone they want because she's a double agent for Neonet, or at least they believe that. I know this is like a huge info dump, but...
No, it's fine. We'll talk to Koslov after we get done with Tiny. Letting him know that he's got a mole in his mitts.
He might already be part of it.
That's true.
We're treading into some seriously dangerous waters here. Trust no one. Even more so than before.
I feel like we're already up to our necks, so while we're here, let's do our best to doggy paddle for a bit. I'll keep my goggles on while I talk to Tiny, and we'll see where this goes.
Okay.
Hey, Pug, were you going to call the Irish?
Sure. Pug will call the Irish, yes. So he's got the number for the Irish mob boss dude. The one that Caber tried to hit on, which was kind of creepy.
Propose a trade. The mole for our forgiveness.
But Pug doesn't know anything about that.
Is this the same comment you called off before, or is this a different one?
Whose was that? No, he gave that comm link to Caber.
Okay.
I think Caber's ditched it by now. So he's just going to call from
just
a different...
to reiterate, because the original intention was for Suda to send out bullet points of all the stuff that he knew to the comm link. He's still going to do that. He's spoken about his thoughts with Blowback in the car just because it makes it easier as a part for the chat. And obviously, you know, he's showing where he's drawn the lines between the dots that he knows of. But he's going to send out a text, basically, form of that to both Caber, Pug, and Blowback again. So he's actually got the information there. And he's going to mark specifically the info that is going to be of use to convincing Tiny.
Okay. Well, what info? Well, I assume that Pug has read that then before he makes any kind of rash decisions like jumping in the river. What information should he need to know for calling the Irish mob boss?
That his bodyguard, the pictures included, seems to be working for an organization that's looking to use the Irish mafia as a vector to perform other activities.
The notes on the picture actually said that he would be a good target to turn, but they haven't turned him yet.
Right, okay, so he's a potential weak link in the armor of that organization, and also that, you know, the organization itself is in the sight of whatever this is that are looking to possibly subvert the organization or just absorb it whole.
So is Pseudo able to like listen and respond just instantly if Pug were to question something in all this data?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so Pug would ask, So what did you infer anything about that as far as like, are they going to try to get this guy turned and then they're going to try to use him as a stepping point to get to the rest of the Irish mob?
Yeah, that's effectively what it seems from the data that I got.
All right, Pug can use that.
Yeah, okay, we'll just leave it at that then. He will also make a note, though, and I'll actually say, speaking to Puck, because he's literally right there, they are definitely interested in you, and it seems something to do with your augments makes you an easier mark. So just be very careful with what you're doing, what bodies you're handling.
Pug's twiddling his thumbs right now. He's nervous. And you know why? You know why? Because the van is not here, and it makes him more nervous.
Seeing
It's
Pug
the tiny
being a
little
bit
bobble-headed
nervous,
troll gnome there.
seeing Pug so nervous, Suda just kind of points to the gun, which is always propped up next to Pug's bed. Sleeps with his assault cannon nearby, and just said, I'm gonna go into the armory and just do what you gotta do. Cuddle it, whatever makes you feel better, man. I'm just gonna be listening to music. I'm not gonna be listening to any strange noises coming from in here. Just put yourself to your happy place, wherever that place may be. And then he leaves.
Okay, let's call the Irish boss.
Ring 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 ring. Hey, hello there. Who is that? Who's calling me at this ungodly hour?
Oh, hey, you might remember me. I am Pug. You know me through Mr. Caver. You remember that?
Hey, you're the fella that called me later and said that you pay me $4,000, and that was over a month ago.
Yeah, about that.
And you were meant to be paying me about a month ago.
There's some interesting
I've got my
information
boys
we
looking
need
for
to
you.
have here. Yeah. Well, why don't we meet up somewhere and we need to chat for a little bit?
I've got to ask you a question. You're going to answer me true or
Yeah.
false, yeah?
True or false? You got it.
Was it your crew who killed that fella Shooter?
Say that again?
Was it your crew who killed that fella Shooter? The
At
sniper
this
guy.
point, Pug gets a message. Yes,
Sure.
just
yes.
in his vision.
You didn't like that guy?
Where did he die?
Not true or false out. Question.
I don't know.
Where did he die? Where did he die? If it was you who took him out, where did he die? You would know because Pseudo gave you the location. And you
did
actually
he?
went there last night.
Yeah.
You saw the building.
Building that looked like it was Swiss cheese.
Oh, that was Shooter. Oh, okay. Okay, so it was... Yeah, I know the approximate location. I can just tell him
You
where
sent
it
him
was,
a
right?
GPS tag, yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey. Well, we had a 50,000 annoying bounty out on his head because he took out my mate.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see. You owe me about $4,000. The accrued interest... Let me say, the cost of getting my legwork out, looking for you guys to pay back the loan. Yeah, that's about 50 grand. So let's say that pays it off. Now don't do that again, eh?
I called you up about something else, my friend.
Hey, sure you did.
I love how Pug is literally his mind is like a train, not a regular train that goes through junctions and stuff. This is like an armored war train, and it's got one direction, one gear, and that is forward. Doesn't deviate from this at all. No matter what kind of distraction is going on, forward. Brilliant.
Hey, and what is it called me up about, fella?
Well, I don't think we can really talk about it over Comlink. Can you meet up sometime today?
If you can pop past the old aisle, I'll be there.
Sure. What time's good for you?
Well, since you woke me up, I'll be in there in about an hour drinking.
Sounds good. I'll meet you for a pint.
No, you better have something better than just offer of a pint, mate. If you're planning to get some time with me, that's proper. You've got to have some proper information to share.
You'll want to hear what I have to say.
Okay. You better hold up to your promises, because if it's like the last 4K you promised me, it won't turn up for another month.
No problem.
Fine.
I'll see you in an hour.
I'll see you in an hour then. Meantime, Pseudo, roll perception.
Okay, which type of perception?
Intuition plus perception.
Yeah, I was just asking whether it was Matrix or Meat Space.
Meat space.
Okay, so... Two hits.
Music's good. You flick through a couple of the more chill out trance you got. Yep.
Okay.
Right, so Blowback, you get to your meeting location with Tiny first, and you notice Tiny kind of standing on the corner where you asked him to, looking a little bit nervous.
I pull up in front of him and pop the door on the opposite side through the wireless.
I forgot I'd slapped.
I say, pop in, buddy. Let's get moving.
My edge back.
Oh, okay. He gets in. Big bulk, kind of just about fitting in the back.
As we start to move away, I pull out my comlink and I turn on Box Sleepers Awake. And I ask Tiny, you know what song this is?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
No, it's a song called Sleepers Awake, man. Where'd you grow up around here?
I didn't actually grow up around here. I grew up in Manchester.
Okay, well, what was your neighborhood like when you were a kid?
Oh, it wasn't, you know, not so good.
See, we have that in common, man. I grew up in a place called Redmond. It was real shitty. And the point that I'm trying to make here is this song is a song my auntie used to play whenever things would get really, really bad. Shootings, stabbings, whatever. I like this song a lot. I listen to it sometimes. Helps me kind of calm down from a shitty situation. And we're in a very, very shitty situation right now. And so I think it's kind of called for. Things are not good, man, so I'm just going to level with you. Things are really, really bad. We have evidence that... Well, anyways, how have you been keeping since you sent me on this little quest to go find what was going on at your gym? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I was going to meet up for a business meeting this morning. They just wanted to follow up after the discussion we had last night.
Okay. Well, ever since I took that job from you, things have gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, I mean,
so-
it was strange because after we met up in the coffee shop, they wanted me to go to a dinner of some kind. They were always a little bit curious throughout.
I'm sorry, who was that was with you?
It was Large and a couple of his friends. There was Pink was there. We used to be in a Shadowrunning team together. And also Deadbolt and Shooter, who we've worked with on occasion.
Well, you're gonna find out one way or another. Deadbolt and Shooter are dead, amigo.
They're dead?
Very.
What happened?
Honestly, I can't tell you, man. I'll start from the beginning with what I found in my investigation. After leaving the gym, we were attacked by two people who are subscribed to your gym. They tried to run us off the road and in the end ended up killing 10, 12 innocent bystanders trying to run us off the road. It was a mess. An absolute mess. Since then, every single place we've gone, somebody's tried to kill us. From top to bottom, it doesn't matter where we stick our head up. It's like fragging whack-a-mole. The second we show up from with...
People have tried to kill you.
Yeah, among them your friend Shooter and Deadbolt, which is how they wound up dead themselves.
Oh. Well, I better not fail then. And he swings back a massive fist coming towards your chair. And I think that's a good place to leave it for tonight.
Shitty
Yes!
Yes!
That was so good. That was so good. That was a cliffhanger worthy of just... Oh, there's going to be bards singing songs about that cliffhanger.
By bards singing songs like that, you mean people being pissed off on Twitter.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay, so
Go back so dead. We've lost our rigger street sound.
I like how every week it's like we need a new street samurai. We need a new face. We need a new rigger. We need a new everything. Every week, someone gonna die.
Blowback gonna die, especially gonna die though. Blowback is gonna be turned into paste.
Hey, if the elf can survive that troll fist, maybe he can too.
Yeah,
Dwarves are tough.
But Tiny wasn't trying to kill the elf. He just knocked him out and stole
True.
his stuff.
But this
I've got a
elf
funny
dodges
feeling
bullets.
That if he
I mean,
knocks Blowback out,
this dwarf dodges bullets. He'll be fine.
he's gonna keep punching him and keep punching him and keep punching him until all he's doing is just grinding chunks of meat and shards of skull into the ground.
You punched out all his blood.
Blowback's also driving right now, so
That's true. Blowback, disengage the seatbelt mechanism. Accelerate into a wall.
Yes, press the eject button.
Oh wait,
What did you learn from Raj?
This is not
Ejector
Raj's
seats.
car. Alas.
Damn it! I thought you learned from your friend.
Yeah, that is actually a really shitty situation to be in because he's in a tight, confined environment. He's sat down in a car.
There's
he's
a
about to be
question like,
punched.
how good of a punch can you throw from a seated position off to the side like that, though? Like, not a very good one. This can be
That's when you
difficult.
swerve. You swerve to the right.
Alas.
he's not wearing a seatbelt.
Like I say, driving
But
to
there's
a wall.
no-
But
there's no-
that
there's
will
no
all have to be
pistol in
found
the
out
back. What's the
next
point?
week. I'm sorry, chat. I know that you all hate us so much right now. For what
Yeah.
it's worth, it was funny and worth it.
So yeah, next week we begin in media res with Tiny, who fills the back of the van. Biceps probably the size of a good melon, maybe a bit bigger. Like, these biceps are huge. Who's just pulled back and unleashed a haymaker towards the back of Blowback's chair.
I thought he was
Blow-
in the side seat. How's he in the back? I said
He
got
can't
in
get
on
in the
the
side seat. He can't fit in the side seat. He had to get in the back.
Ah, this wasn't specified. I said he got in on the side.
I
opened
said
the door.
he
He's not behind me.
just about fits in the back, because I assumed you opened the back, because we've already mentioned that trolls can not very easily fit in the side seat.
I said I opened the side door. I pulled up
Okay.
and I opened it with the
So
wireless.
do you want to get armor from the seat from him punching behind, or do you want no armor?
Well, I mean, if he barely fits, then that means he's not gonna be able to cock back very well to throw a punch at me. So he's gonna get minuses there too.
I mean, he won't get the haymaker in the front, but if he's in the back, you get the armor of the chair. Because he's
Yeah, I
literally
don't-
punching through the chair.
Let's
So
save this discussion for
I don't
next
think
week.
a fluffy cloth chair is gonna save me. I'm not really gonna
You're gonna
rely
go
on the
through
armor
the
value of a fluffy
windshield.
cloth chair.
I mean, the chair has like metal ribbing down the back to make sure it stays rigid. Like, chairs are meant to be relatively, tough-ish. At least the framework is.
This is why we said don't give all of the information at once. You fed him the
Alright,
whole
alright.
carrot, and now he doesn't need the carrot anymore. He's just
If he's
stolen
already
the stick.
infected,
Wow.
if he's already infected, every single person that's been infected has attacked us on sight the second they saw us. He was gonna do it either way.
Yeah. To be fair. To be fair.
Holy shit!
that was an
Someone in
interesting one.
chat. Someone in chat copied you, Avak. They have their name and then underscore. it's a tribute. They don't want you to feel alone.
You still have one
suppose
favor
you
left.
might.
That is a good point. Chat raises. This is
Favor.
one good goddamn
My favor is,
cliffhanger.
without knowing, Raj turned my van into a transformer.
Transformer
That was
versus
actually
Tiny.
critical.
It's 50-50.
Fight!
Yeah, but unfortunately, you got Soundwave, and all he wants to do is beatbox all night.
Fantastic. Well,
Or Starscream, and he just flies off to find someone else to be like his boss. Just goes to large.
damn it, Starscream.
Okay, we're gonna read through the tips. But before that, until next week when we find out what happens after this cliffhanger. Avak, where can people find you and what are you doing?
They can find me on YouTube at Avak and the same on Twitch. Just Avak. On Twitter, I'm Avak_, as Shen was making fun of because someone stole my name.
You should just take Dark Avak.
No, because then I'd be
No,
tweeting
no.
as Dark Avak. and
Dark
that's
Avak
very
underscore. It's the mirror
different. I hate you
version.
guys. I hate you guys. But yeah, so you can find me on those locations. I will be streaming probably in about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to be playing some Thea Awakening. And on YouTube, I am currently playing Stellaris. I am playing Total Warhammer. Damn it, Splat. You infected me with that.
It's Total Warhammer.
They screwed up with the naming of that game.
I know,
They
they
screwed
missed
up
a
hard.
trick.
It should be
so
Total Warhammer.
badly, so badly. But yeah, I'm playing that, playing Stardew Valley. I'm playing a lot of RimWorld lately, actually. I'm really, really into RimWorld right now and enjoying it quite a lot. And I will be returning to Dark Souls 3. It's been on a little bit of a hiatus, but that will be coming back shortly.
Okay. Splat, and by the way, as we get around to what you're doing, I would like to say that little bit in the van where you're talking to Tidy was really good role-playing.
Yeah,
Well,
I
the
thought
first
that was
question was the bait out his humanity. I didn't know, because if he was infected, would he still know about like where he came from when he was a kid? Like, I wasn't quite positive.
Clever.
And so when that went through, I was like, he's probably cool, but I was wrong. Oh well.
Gullible little dwarf.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
what are you doing till next week, and where can people find you?
Not a whole lot right now. I'm actually cycling series at the moment. I'm on youtube.com/splattercatgaming. Same thing, Twitch TV/splattercatgaming if you want to go to either or. At the moment on Twitch, I'm playing Terraria again. They just patched and updated, so I'm playing around with that. We just started out last time, so I haven't missed a lot. We just built the base, and we're just getting going with the basic gear. On YouTube right now, I'm playing Turmoil a little bit. We're almost done with that. I finished up Doom. I'm still playing Total Warhammer. And then I got a little bit of Slime Rancher left. And other than that, getting ready to bring in a whole bunch of new stuff, so it should be an interesting week or so.
Yeah, where was your Judge Intention roll, Splat? You've been pulling that out everywhere, and the one time it would have saved your life. Judge Intentions. Yeah, he really wants to kill you.
His Judge Intention was telling that sob story, and that was it. He failed it.
Because I still would have I still factored in his passive judge intentions, and it was not quite good enough, just in case he didn't roll. But also because you were deliberately trying to bait him out and stuff, and you were checking, and because you were trying to do that, you will get an initiative roll to see if you can actually defend against this. Like the punch might not necessarily come out of nowhere. If you
it doesn't matter. He's gonna be surprised.
Yeah, if you fail, you will be surprised and get no ability to dodge.
Well, I think we should all agree that I would be passively suspicious anyways, knowing what I know now about the meeting and everything.
On the plus side, if Blowback absolutely balls to the wall needed to just get out of his seat and go, toe-to-toe with Tiny in the back of his truck where he's got the home ground advantage, Pseudo does have 3 marks on the van. He can simply run it with controlled device.
Can you run it into like a car destruction
no.
zone
I was meaning like
Pseudo
can just take control of the van.
This is going to be an awesome fight scene, like the giant troll, the tiny dwarf, both fighting in the back of the van as the Technomancer quickly tries to do it through traffic and dives it into the river.
I'm going to pull off stunt rolls and everything. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to make your van flip at just the right time, and Tiny's going to be caught through the window.
I'm going to take the van off my inventory list now. Just rip it off quick like a Band-Aid.
Hey,
it's already dead to me.
If my home got blown up and Caber's home got blown up, then your van's got to get blown up.
But your homes came for free with your lifestyle. My van cost me real money.
Yeah,
my van costs me real money.
The chat makes a good point. Because we have a couple of extra dice left, how many do we have left? You spent 2, and they were
I spent 2 out of
7.
We had
There was
4
5
left.
left.
5 left.
Something like
and
that,
you've got
yeah.
a fresh point of edge, and you haven't spent those. You can choose. I will either convert them into an extra point of calm reach, or you can keep them for the coming fight only of Blowback versus Tiny.
I think we use them for the fight.
Okay.
He's dead. He's dead to me. I'm going to take the cum. No.
I've already got the fun part is I've already got my next character like made and ready to go. So whatever. It's Shadowrun.
Let me guess. Your next character is Tiny.
His next character is Tiny. Yeah.
If you want to write down like somewhere, just make a note. You have 1 point of edge and 5 extra dice to be used in this combat. Yeah, you have that then. Pug, Shen, where can people catch you until next week, and what are you doing?
I am at youtube.com/enter2 and twitch.tv/enter. I don't do the Twitter thing, not a really social media guy, but I've been playing a lot of Hearts of Iron 4. It is a fantastic game, and I can't stop. I'm supposed to be doing EU4, the Sunset Invasion. That's on hold. I'm supposed to be doing Stellaris. That's on hold. I am sucked in. I can't help it. It's such a fun game.
Yep. I have to admit, because I myself am playing Communist Canada, have taken over the United States, currently trying to get involved in South America and then Europe, because the Germans have taken over everyone, including the Soviets. So it's Communist Canada has to save the day. Other than that, I'm playing Stellaris. I'm playing a little bit from the Depths, a little bit of RimWorld, a little bit of House of the Dying Sun, and finishing off Battlefleet Gothic. In fact, the last episode of Battlefleet Gothic is going out tomorrow, and I had some thoughts on the game at the end because I decided I got to the credits. I was like, you know what, I'm going to talk about the game in the credits. Spoilers. It's okay.
It's aight. It's okay. Like every other Warhammer game, it's aight.
It has really good parts, and then the campaign was just like, can you not be over soon? Can you also get a better rider?
Mine was so buggy that I couldn't even
was
play it.
hard.
I had to ditch the series because it was buggy as hell all the way through. I
never had any bugs.
See, the differences in hardware.
Don't tell me Windows 10 is great.
I don't have Windows 10.
There we go. See, apparently you should have Windows 10.
Yeah.
Says the guy to reboot his computer earlier. But yeah, you can catch me at twitter.com/EnterElysium, youtube.com/EnterElysium, and twitch.tv/EnterElysium. Also, let's pimp out the Twitter YouTube channel, the Twitter channel for Roll4It, twitter.com/Roll4It. Go there. We will tweet out polls and things about things we're doing, and of course when we do the stream, so you should go follow that. And then also we answer questions occasionally about people asking about mechanics or world setting, and I can look right now and I've got like people wishing undeath upon you give more awesomeness, and people saying riot. So I think that's the correct response. I'm glad everyone seems to have enjoyed today's stream. We'll go to the tips. All right.
Yay.
Today's date.
Need to buy a new Street Sam.
And soon, a new face, and then, yep, it's getting less.
Hey, we're gonna get a massive upgrade at some point. Someone's gonna die, and we're gonna get like some super awesome person to replace him. It's gonna be amazing.
Black Sun, White Moon,
New guy's
Silver
religious.
Star.
He's pretty legit.
Moon. No, we don't want Moon.
No, Moon is
God
egg.
damn it.
Old
Moon.
memes are old, man. We
Moon
dug
is
that
egg.
meme up from the grave.
We did. It's a ghoul now. Hang with David in the sewers.
My next character's a badass.
Oh,
Catholic
is that
dude.
gonna be
It's
David's
legit.
dog? Oh my God, David's dog, Moon.
A ghoul dog.
Cool dog.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
so
So bad.
Zunreal, $25. Don't cage Kaber. How will he get punched? That's
He's
an
getting
excellent point.
punched right now instead of me.
It's true.
Yeah, can you imagine if it was like somehow Neonet intercepted the call for the wagon, and they sent their own people to go pick up Caber instead?
That would have been glorious.
At a certain point, you've got to admit you just can't do anything and you lose. That would be my point. I just throw my hands up and be like, "We did. I'm staying
Okay,
the
Nina,
boat
what do you
forever."
want? What do you want? I join you.
It's get down or lay down. I choose to lay.
$5 tip from Kenyan Crusader. I got some Toblerone beer and Shadowrun for the night. I'm happy. Love you guys. Makes my boredom disappear. Kenyan Crusader.
Oh man.
Oh
You're
man,
giving me-
I
I
want
want
some Toblerone
Toblerone
right
now.
now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so good.
Jerk.
Screw
Break
the
off the
Zen,
little
right? Screw Zen.
triangles.
I want 10 units of Toblerone. I'll fail my addiction test.
And you can't get the mini size either. You got to get the big motherfucker that comes
Yeah,
out
like
those
you
are
have
the
to bite.
yeah, with like the hunks.
Hung.
Those are
Oh,
amazing.
see, I'm not a
Those-
savage. I actually break them off with my hands.
You need to-
I
And
love
then
that.
I eat the
I'm not a
section.
savage.
you-
You're
Finesse
supposed to
guy.
be English. You're
Giant
supposed to be
slab
classier
of
than me.
Toblerone, knife and fork.
Yeah, exactly. With your pinkies out while
Yeah,
drinking
oh yeah.
English
yeah,
tea.
Yeah.
both pinkies, yeah.
So wrong. You're all broken.
$1 tip from Kenyan Crusader again. Bring me the choking ladder, Raj. Blowback 2016.
I've got this idea now of Blowback is sort of like aristocrat and Raj is his manservant. Raj, bring me the choking ladder and my fighting trousers.
Aziz, like
I'm still imagining Blowback like ice axe up the back of Tiny, around the neck. Ah!
See,
I'm just gonna
what
run in
Blowback
between
needs
his
to do.
legs every time he swings at me because
Yeah.
I can fit in the van and he can't.
oh
You
yeah,
need to be a squirrely little slippery
make it
monkey.
like a Dark Souls boss match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glorious.
ooh.
More Shadow of the Colossus, I think, considering the relative differences in size.
Chew Odie in chat just says that they're going to console themselves about our early ending by reading Shadowrun Burning Bright. That is an excellent Shadowrun novel. The license is held by either someone who's not using it or no one at the moment. So technically it's in a weird grey copyright area right now. You can't get hold of it. And if you look on the internet, it's freely available. And I would tell you to go buy it, but you can't. So It's an excellent novel.
If it's in a weird copyright area, that might actually make a good place to start with audiobooks.
In a weird copyright area, then someone probably owns it, but no one knows who. It is not available to buy.
It's fine. It's fine if they can't find us.
What you're saying is there's not a torrent of copyright activity around that book.
True. No, they won't find us because they'll be looking for Avak, not Avak _.
Oh, that's right.
Smoke screen, smoke bomb.
Some poor sap who's called Avak on Twitter is gonna get like all the takedown notices.
Yep.
$9 tip from Kenneth. Good luck, guys. The Maze of the Shadows protect you. Well, that worked out well.
Shadow protected me pretty well. I was gonna go, but Blowback talked me down.
Shadow's got me donkey punched by a troll. A professional
Blowback
troll
took the donkey punch
fighter.
for me. Fine.
$7.75 from Vago. New face funds.
We'll need it at some point.
We need a new rigger fund now too.
Maybe we can get a face/rigger. What's your new character? Don't tell us your new character plan. No, not
My
yet.
new character is legit.
No, not
He's
yet.
so
not yet.
badass.
No, not yet.
I kind of want Blowback to die. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of more excited about this
Wow.
one.
That
He's
is
a
not okay.
mage technomancer pixie.
Yeah, he's the
I
biggest
wanted
Mary
to be
Sue
a
ever.
Technomancer pixie. He overruled. Wouldn't let me have a
Technomancer.
pixie.
Pixies are broken. Pixies are not.
I know that's why I wanted one.
$11.11 from Green Shadow. This is Spinal Tap. It goes up to 11.
Does.
Okay.
Thank you.
11.14 from Chewing Toothpick. Hey guys, this is my first time watching live and loving it. Thanks for the entertainment you provided. I'm going to be starting my own Shadowrun campaign soon as a GM. Wish me luck. Good luck.
Oh, good luck.
Good luck.
You are welcome, sir.
I
That
hope
is not
that
an
you.
easy job.
Yeah, I hope you got into the session okay, because there's a lot of background going on right now.
As long as you don't do what he does, you'll be fine.
Yeah, don't do what this guy does. He's terrible.
No, that was just good advice because you just do way too much. You make things complicated for yourself.
Don't worry, like you've stumbled
Just
across
start with a
most of the
simple
plots.
story. Don't start with the massive meta plot story. That's like, yeah, go big or go home. Oh my god, I've got so much work to do in between streams. My brain is melting out my head.
No. I didn't start with the meta plot. I started with seeds that were the meta plot, and you met the two Shadowrunners who are now dead. You met Mikhail.
Yep.
You met who else did you meet? You met Tiny.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Make sure you make everyone roll to wash hands and poop.
Roll to
Yeah,
wash hands. Yes,
definitely.
that's important.
No one's pooped yet, so there's no pooping. They're all very bloated.
Wow.
Yeah, none of us know how to use the
Constipation is
toilet.
real, and after the awakening, it's just everybody's dried up. Nobody drinks water. It's all that soy calf bullshit. Ain't
Yeah,
no fiber and
does
nothing around here.
Is it that you like
We're
sweat
going
out
back
all
to the
the
bad
calories
place.
now?
We're drifting further and further away from my happy place.
Fucking eyeballs are browning right now because you can never get anything out of your system.
Oh my god.
You could bend over too fast and you feel something pop inside of you. You're just like, what the fuck? Oh my god. what is that?
$50 tip from Echo. Love what you're doing, and if you ever need a pickup via helicopter, call down Faux Hammer, aka Echo, and I'll be there in a jiffy. Human middle-aged, 6'6", 260s, heavy weapon user. There we go.
Hey.
If you ever need a lift, you know who to call. Ghostbusters. $5. Thank you very much, Echo. $5 tip from Chewing Toothpick again. Gotta get that dice, and also, can I get a description of Raj and Blowback? I don't want to draw them in the prison, or oh, it's got an apostrophe. I want to draw them in the prison or the shop together. So you can describe Blowback and Raj.
I should?
Well, yeah, it's your character and your contact.
Oh, my description's super long though. So essentially, Blowback is tall for a dwarf. Actually, he's about 4'3", 4'4", which is quite a bit taller than most dwarves by a few
I
inches.
still make fun of him
anyways.
because of his height and everywhere.
It's
he goes,
relative.
Hey, he was on the dwarf
branded as
basketball
half
team,
stack.
man. Come on.
Half of his face has been burnt off by a previous thing we haven't talked about because we haven't RP'd it yet. Sorry, chat. Spoiler. He's missing a pinky finger on his right hand. He's got sleeve tattoos from all the gangs and shit he was in when he was in Redmond. And then mostly he's got the Lemmy mustache. He's got like a mohawk, but he never puts it up. It just kind of hangs off to the side. And then from there, he dresses kind of like Bane, essentially, from Batman. If I had to do it really, really fast, he's got the shearling coat. Exactly. That's a quick, dirty description.
And Raj?
Raj is a Sikh, and he's an Orc Sikh. And actually, I haven't really done a whole lot with the way that he looks, so you're open to do whatever you want, just as long as he's got the trappings of his religion.
Yeah, so he's got a big turban, changes color occasionally, but mostly goes for sort of a red. He tends to actually keep his comlink in there as well. Just useful storage space.
He's chavvy as shit.
He is really chavvy. He wears like gold chains, and he's got like a tracksuit on most of the time. Tends to be like the sort of black tracksuit with like white stripes running down the side. Maybe like a soccer like top or something. Yeah.
He seems like the kind of guy that always has a tall boy of like Old English or something with him. I don't know what malt liquor people drink in England. Here it would be Old English or Hurricane.
That sounds reasonable. Yeah. Right. Then there's $30 from Perpetual Student. More die for the die throne.
We'll need it. Thank you.
Blowback's gonna need it bad. Things are not looking good.
Blowback's so dead.
Yeah, just
It's gonna be fun. $1 tip from Mikkel. Enjoy the Steam. Hope this little bit helps. Thank you very much, Mikkel.
Thank you.
It does.
Thank you.
It does. Thank you.
A $45 tip from Black Sun. Dropping black box protocols to monitor encrypted traffic on the Neonet servers. Something has them anonymous. May need to go dark if the heat is on. Dropping record logs for download soon. Black Sun.
I would not be
log one
opposed.
time.
I would not be opposed to some actual useful information from Black Sun in the future.
Well,
Like actual helpful stuff.
We
You've
would
got the
call it
Noyan.
more, but Pseudo gets all defensive. Like every time Black Sun, look at his face right now.
Why are you talking to Black Sun all the time? Don't you care about me?
Pseudo has
You never run your fingers down my arms like you used to.
The funny thing is, no one's actually told Pseudo who Black Sun is. He doesn't know who Black Sun is yet.
Blacksman spends
Wow.
far more time on my comlink than you ever did. He knows how to organize the files correctly. You leave them lying around.
I bet you don't make him disarm data bombs with his sprites.
Wow. You're so mean.
It's just jokes, Pseudo. It's just jokes. Calm
So
down.
mean. So mean. Your wallet's gonna be
It's
empty.
just a prank, man.
Oh wait, you're dead. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm gonna crash the car now.
Set the whole
Into
building on
Raj.
fire.
But that's where we'll leave it today. I hope you've all enjoyed, and that you will tune in next time to find out what happens after the cliffhanger.
I don't hear back as a mean girl. Look what you've done, you fools.
See, we're gonna come back next week, and we're all gonna be here. We're all gonna be doing a run, and we're not even gonna mention the tiny and fight because it's gonna be over. Blow back one easy. It's over. We won. It's good.
One punch.
And you can't say it like that. You can't say it like that.
Da, da, da.
No. You can't just invoke one punch and just say one punch. That's not how this works.
Da, 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 da. Rocky's a Philistine. I never wish to unphilistate.
Or the Gao music. You could have the Gao music instead.
Da, 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 da.
That is so epic.
Sonic boom!
Boom.
Flash kick Tiny in his dick. Just, gotta hold down for 2 seconds though.
What's your unarmed skill?
Release. Like 4 or 3.
Oh, you've actually... Okay, that was...
Oh yeah, I can fight. I mean,
It may be
maybe
worth
take
you
2 turns to
investing
die.
some karma into an arm skill between now and next week.
like I can go full
eyes.
defense. I can go full defense if I need to, and it would
That's
help.
true. That is true. You can go
If I get a
full defense.
surprise roll though, it's not gonna matter because it's undefended.
Yes.
Yeah, that surprise roll is gonna kill you. That's where I think the extra dice and the edge are gonna come in.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm rarely surprised, and you only need like a 2 to pass a surprise check. It's like a flat
3.
threshold in the rules. So
3.
I might make it. Oh, 3. But I have a lot of dice. That's what I specialize in as a rigger, is not being surprised.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
And you
in
can
an
always
okay
edge it.
position.
And you've got
Yep.
plus 5 die. So you shouldn't be
This is why we
surprised.
kept them.
Just be able to defend, be like, crap, seatbelt, dive to the side, and hope you don't get hit.
Most
He's gonna-
Essentially, I'm
the van
just
into
going
a
to
wall.
like jerk the wheel as hard as I can and hope that the van flips from his weight or something, and then I can climb out and run. I
He's
bet I'm
gonna grab
faster.
as Tiny swings. He's gonna grab Tiny's fist and use that momentum to pull Tiny forward. And Tiny's body's going to fly through the windshield, and he's going to run over him with the van. That's what's going to
How
happen.
strong do you think Blowback is?
He's
Also-
amazing.
Tiny versus Van, you think Van wins?
Really?
Van does have like
I don't
16
know.
armor.
Yeah, that's true.
16 armor.
Oh, those naive fools. I remember when I thought that was a knot. So many moons ago.
That means he has to do 16 damage for it to even count before I even have to make a roll
Yeah.
with a punch. 16 with a punch? That's
Yeah.
rough. I don't know. I don't trust that.
I don't trust these nanites. They seem
Like,
to be
what is
breaking
the best that
rules.
Pug's ever done on unarmed damage? Like 11?
Yeah, not
Well,
much. Not much.
Yeah. And he's
Pug,
like
Plus
kid
strength.
murder.
what was your strength?
8.
So plus net hits. So Pug tends to do, maybe 11 on an average good punch. He could probably get more. And Tiny is so powerful, he has never lost in the under championship, I think.
Till I laced his drink, and then he lost
It's
all
going to
that
be
money
his
right
first
there.
loss.
Like a
Blowback's
punk
going to
ass.
take him down. Blowback's
Okay.
going to take him down. It's going to be easy.
Nanites are going
Lights
to
out.
change his elbow into some sort of rocket thrust, and he's going to rocket punch the van.
Apparently what we need is that levitation spell. Because Tiny would be bullshit if you had that levitation spell. You'd be like, oh yeah, you levitate into the sky. Like,
Yeah, no.
Is that spell-
Spells are, great against people like Tiny. Because it's just a case of, I mind
It's
control
such
you.
a shame that we don't have someone with us who can cast spells.
Wait,
Don't you
have someone
remember
who
someone
can
who
cast spells?
tried to cast a spell
If
on
Blowback
Tiny
dies,
and
you will.
failed?
very soon.
That is true.
I remember someone trying to cast a spell on Tiny.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
My new character's gonna spend every battle just channeling Kamehameha bolts at people.
Oh, wow.
Blowback's
Okay,
gonna
well,
find out his latent magician ability. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's where the karma's going tonight, right?
Yep.
All the karma.
All two of it.
Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for coming along. Do follow and stuff so that you can get notified next week when we go live, or go follow the Twitter, because that way you'll actually get notified before we go live rather than 2 hours later. Anything else? I think we're good. Sweet.
good.
I've got to go off and get streaming.
Okay, yeah, you're streaming Thea.
Thea, the Awakening.
We will host you then, and people can chat about Roll4It, or they can go join your chat and chat about Thea.
Indeed.
There you go. But yeah, okay. Thank you
And
very much
no,
for coming
before
along.
anyone comes to my chat and begs me to tell them what Pseudo knows, no. That comes out later.
Pseudo
Yeah, I
knows
get that so
everything.
much too.
After
People always
he's-
want me to snitch on the stream.
It
All
comes
the
out later
time.
after he's had a couple beers.
Yeah,
And some Zen.
pretty much. When
Okay.
I'm in a happy place, I'm very talky.
Okay, right. Have a good one, everyone, and we will catch you next week.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.